It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots podcast.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and we don't have no pre-roll?
No pre-roll.
All right, no pre-roll. Okay, we can get right to it. First of all, my man Glasses Malone is here. Glasses Malone has returned to the Brilliant Idiots. Glasses Malone, the disruptor.
Tupac must die.
Lord have mercy.
Dude, that was wild.
You better put that in some context before they take that.
I'll let Glasses take
that's
that.
No, that's worse than you saying nigga. You know how they always think you said nigga every week? Don't let them isolate
Yo,
that.
they could never catch me on the N-word, so now it's, look how he says blacks.
No, look how he said Tupac must die.
That's like saying that.
So
worse than the N-word.
this is a Glasses Malone song and video.
Yeah.
Very, very, and by the way,
Yes.
before we say anything, it's a good song. And
It was a good song, great story.
Video. Like,
I
why did
really
you do
liked
this,
it.
G?
Man, just being dope. You know, I tell gangster rap stories all the time.
Right.
This is just a gangster rap story that everybody else care about. It ain't nothing. I'm a fan of Tupac like everybody else, but it's just a gangster rap story. Great hip hop takes a mainstream topic and then give the streets perspective.
Right.
Baby Lane is the streets perspective to this mainstream conversation, and I could relate to the character enough to where I could deliver it. That's all.
And you know, it's interesting too because it's like with any type of art, right? Like, you know, even with what's the young lady who did the joke last week about XXX Tentacion?
Dina Hashem.
Dina Hashem.
Yeah.
That's her art.
Yo.
Right? And you're entitled to create your art. Now, you have to deal with the consequences
Sure.
of whatever said art is, though. Like, there's no rules for that.
Yo, can we talk about how comedians are the biggest gangsters in entertainment now?
I agree because they say what they want to say.
This is what last week told me with the Dina Hashem joke.
Mm-hmm.
The comedians, we got to be the biggest gangsters in entertainment because we have rappers talking to us like, guys, could you tone it down a little bit? That was a little distasteful.
But I agree. But that's what happens.
And they got it to you too. I
Yeah.
bet the rappers said,
Yeah,
like,
but
yo,
that don't matter.
that was a little much, guys.
you're from a
Can we
different-
put some gloves on?
You're from a different era.
Yeah,
We was
yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
So it's easy to feel that way on social media. Until
Till
you
you
in
see
Florida doing
somebody
a show and
and it's-
XXX Tentacion family rolling with them pistols. Now it was just a joke. They don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
So by the way, I'm for it all. I'm for Glasses making his music. I'm
Right.
for Shorty making the joke.
Right.
But you just have to deal with all consequences of it.
I really don't think mine was that bad, personally.
Well, you
don't
were
think so.
telling the story of Tupac's death,
Yeah.
right? And you were making the argument that he had jumped some people.
Not me,
Oh,
because
That's the story. That's what happened.
well, that's the story.
Well, that's the
what
story, is
happened,
that he had jumped some
But it's
people.
from the person's perspective who got jumped.
Right.
So that's the title, that's the song, that's the content in general. It's from his
So
perspective.
this is not you saying this is what should have happened. You're
No.
saying
Yeah.
this guy is like, yo, they beat me up. What am I supposed to do? Let them
Exactly.
beat me
Simple as that.
Right.
Simple as that.
Which
And
seems
it's based
reasonable.
around that. Yeah, and it's based around that, the whole culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I was telling Charlamagne earlier, like you either gonna be Chauncey from Menace to Society, where everybody gonna be playing the tape and you getting, you know, talk about how you got beat up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And talking to you about getting beat up, or you gonna be Eilena's cousin and you ain't going out like that.
Came back busting.
Yeah.
You know, also, I think that's the other thing too. Like people don't know that Glasses, one of your homies,
Yeah.
was allegedly in the car
Yeah, Freaky Dre.
with Orlando.
Freaky Dre, rest in peace. And
up. He's dead now?
yeah, he passed away. Yeah.
Everybody that was in the car died.
Everybody except
Except for
Keefy D. And he's telling the story. We've been telling the story for years now.
And what does he say?
He's putting a little, I think, you know, don't be mad, but I think he put an extra because he kind of puts Puff into the situation, but I doubt Puff. did
What does he
anything
say?
like that.
How does he tell the story?
Oh, it's all online. Just go to Vlad's interviews. He says, it was about money. Like they got paid money and then that became the opportunity to collect on the money.
That would be too. Like you would have to be like the master chess player to know Orlando was going to be there in that moment.
Yeah,
know
that's
that Death
not
Row was going to be coming out at that time.
I'm not buying it.
Death Row, they jump him. Then Orlando would go retire. Like that's too. Like I don't know.
buying
Ain't
it.
nobody that
I ain't
shrewd.
buying it. No, I'm not buying it. I think really like it's the same thing that happened in our, you know, community, our culture all the time. It happens all the time. It's normal stuff.
Right. It just happened,
It just
to
happened
happen
to be
to a
Tupac.
famous person.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Put a
what's
spotlight on it.
everybody's hurt. Everybody's broken in pieces. You know what I mean? They like, well, Glasses, how can you say that? And I'm like, well, it's not me. Even though if the Pope and 7 priests jump me, the Catholic Church gonna bury somebody.
Right.
If Jesus and the 12 disciples jump me, Mary gonna bury somebody. Like I'm just not going for that.
Why can't we all just make music like Chance the Rapper?
Because Chance ain't
Chance-
talking about somebody must die.
Yeah.
I love my Have you seen that?
Yes.
But I realized
the remix.
Yeah, I think that's the stupidest shit in the world, though.
Oh, that shit.
No, it was
killed
funny.
me, bro.
What they said about Chance was funny, but I'm
dying,
like,
bro.
rappers rap about fucking a bunch of different girls, beating up girls, pimping girls, all through an album, and nobody cares. As soon as Chance comes out and raps about loving his wife, he's a clown.
As soon as a comedian makes a joke, oh my God, shut it all down.
Listen, you can make all the jokes in the world.
Son, but
if XXX Tentacion, people pull up with the pistols.
It wasn't even X's fans that bothered me because they love him, and to him, he was like their Tupac, right? He was their like guru, right? What bothered me was there was like rappers like Joyner Lucas had like a post about it. Joyner Lucas does songs with Eminem. Take 7 kids from Columbine, stand them all in line, add an AK-47, a revolver, a 9. Like, where's the smoke? So when a guy's paying you and a guy's putting you on and a guy's giving you an opportunity.
No, you're right, but it ain't that. It's that when Joyner Lucas hears that, he don't care about the kids at Columbine. That's just the truth to the matter. He cares about XXX Tentacion.
So he was a fan like that too.
Absolutely.
I think it's just virtue signaling. I think everybody who said something about it is like, yo, let me look woke for a second. Let me look like I care.
Well, it's two things. I think for a black man, it's traumatizing because we see that so much in our community. We always feel like that could be us. So
do you know how traumatizing school shootings are for the whites?
I believe that. I'm serious. I believe that.
That's our drive-by.
I believe that.
That is your drive-by. And it's happening all the time.
So when we see that, it's traumatizing. So to hear somebody make a joke about it, you're like, nigga, what the fuck?
I wish I heard the joke. I didn't even hear the damn joke. I didn't know what was going on.
It was a good joke.
Decent.
It was a good joke.
Andrew,
it was a good joke.
You're fighting for the freedom of it, but it was a decent joke.
It wasn't a good joke.
It wasn't hilarious. It wasn't like
a good joke. It was a good joke.
It was a good observation.
Listen,
she basically was like, he was riding around with $50,000 cash. Has he never heard of Vimeo?
It's not Venmo.
Whatever the fuck.
Venmo.
He goes, he had $50,000 cash. He was going to buy a car.
Yeah.
Right? And he got shot. And the money was taken. He got shot and killed. The money was taken. And I remember watching that thinking, like, this is the best commercial for Venmo I've ever seen.
She said that?
Yeah.
No, that was your joke.
No, that's hers.
Really?
This is the best commercial Venmo I've ever seen. I need a Venmo account. And Venmo is Cash App.
Sure, I thought she said I thought she said he never heard of Venmo. That's what I thought he said. I heard y'all say that on Flagrant, the best commercial for Venmo. I thought she said, has he never heard of Venmo?
No, I don't know. Maybe I'm upgrading it, but who knows?
Yeah, see, what'd you say you was doing?
Listen, when you the greatest, you the greatest.
I'm just saying, the joke was decent. It was a decent observation. Sure. But I like
it didn't deserve all the hate and smoke. That's what I'm thinking. It's like we upset about murder now. Really, rappers?
Yeah,
we upset about murder, rappers.
Come on,
what are we gonna be upset next by? Drug dealing jokes?
Listen,
is that
that's what y'all
gang jokes? Is that gonna bother us?
This is not. I'm telling you, we're in the blog era where squares are running everything, and they are super. Like I just was saying, is J. Cole and Drake have the 2 best gangster rap songs in the last 2 years.
What are they?
Like, so J. Cole has a song called "Making the List," checking it twice, and getting people killed on the song. This is J. Cole, and then Drake has a song called "Nonstop," where he's talking about you got to kill to show him you down, and it's Drake and J. Cole. So when you walk in the room with some real gangster rap, it's like. They could put their nuts on the table, but then some real gangster nuts on the table. It's like the whole table's covered. And everybody is mad. They like sick.
I can't call it gangster unless you're willing to deal with all the smoke that comes with it. Because let's be clear, even though we sit here, I didn't know XXXTentacion. I never met him.
Sure.
I mean, got a family. Like, he got people that really love him, that really care for him, that really grew up him. That was a real person to them.
Yeah.
So they down to do whatever for somebody disrespecting their people. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for the fans on social media and everybody else. But if you're a comedian or a rapper, once you put it out there, you can't hide behind it's just rap or it's just comedy when somebody want to see you behind some shit.
I agree.
But
Maybe
no,
not for
I don't think that we should.
comedian. Yeah,
I don't think we should like allow or tolerate bad behavior.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, that's like
you don't get to call. You don't get to say that though. You don't get to call that. What I always say.
Why not?
You can't do
That's
stuff.
why there's rules. It's
There's
illegal
no
to hurt
rules.
people.
No,
This is America, dog. You know where we live?
Right when you doing a joke like that about XXXTentacion, you're sliding into a different lane.
Yeah,
if somebody make a joke about Nipsey, now you sliding into a different lane. Now you're dealing with Crips and you're dealing with
people
in the hood.
Friends that like
you chose to come over here.
No, I don't. Now what you're doing is what you're doing. Are you feel that same smoke about Bin Laden taking down the towers?
What do you
want
mean?
you to keep the same energy.
They retaliated against Bin Laden.
So you cool with that?
America retaliating?
No, Bin Laden retaliating for American intervention in the Middle East. You cool with it?
Am I cool with it?
I'm just, hey, the
Bin
Charlamagne
Laden-
argument
no,
is,
Bin Laden-
hey, don't
Bin
come
Laden-
over here unless
No,
you want
you're not
the
listening.
smoke.
And he did. And he got the smoke.
Exactly. And listen,
He got
that
the
girl,
smoke.
that girl who made that joke.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at her for making that joke.
Listen,
but if
nothing
somebody
happened to
walks
her.
up to her and punches her in her face, I can't say, "Damn, she didn't deserve that." That ain't my business. She
Yes,
did
you
something.
can say a girl didn't deserve to get
How many
punched in
times
the
have I gotten
face.
punched in my face for shit I said on the radio?
You're a dick.
So what? And people think that woman
That
is
was
a
a
dick
dick.
for
That
making.
was-
People
that
think
was
that.
a dick move.
People,
No, I understand. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. I understand
I
what
don't
you're saying.
understand how people think mine is a dick move.
But no, you know what I would say for you is they should never have punched you in the face.
I can't-
I think the
we can't
argument.
say that, Schulz.
Yeah, but we should. We live in
No,
a civilized
that's
culture.
pussy.
No, it isn't.
I'm gonna tell you why it's pussy.
You can't
Listen,
I don't understand why, because he feel
Hold on
like
one
you
second.
should use your words, and it's like no, some people have more wit than other people.
like a parent.
Yo,
That's what Andrew
First
said.
of all-
Like, no, we should
first of
use
all-
our words.
No, don't use your word. Do whatever you want. But you have to understand, we're going to give you these jokes. And all I'm saying is keep the same energy. If you're okay with all the smoke when it comes to music, you're okay with all the murder in television shows, you're okay with all that shit and all other aspects of entertainment. And then when the comedians come along, it's like, oh my God, how dare
Schulz,
you?
you know,
and
if
you,
you-
might not
but if
consider
you
yourself
diss-
a
people
comedian,
get killed
but
over
people
rap, bro.
see you as a
Yeah.
comedian.
That's
People
the
get
point,
killed over it. They
rap.
fight over this shit. Like people see, y'all only see what y'all see on blogs. I was with a rapper yesterday. I meant to tell you this. I'm not gonna say who it is.
Yeah.
When it
First of
comes,
all, okay, go on.
I'll let him tell it because he told his own story. It was so much shit going on that we had no idea about,
Right.
based off shit that we heard about in the music. And that's what I'm saying. This shit that happens in the streets that people have no idea about when it comes to this rap shit. Over lyrics, over motherfucking niggas canceling shows, whatever it is.
Right.
So comedians got to take that same smoke.
Listen,
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
been punched in the face on stage for shit I said. I get death threats every week for what
Oh, man, I
for
got a
my
good
jokes.
one this week.
Oh, can we go back and forth with death threats? Because I got to
I
go.
think
with
mine might be better.
I'm finally glad I
I'll agree
joined.
with you.
I'm glad I joined the club.
You want
Hold
to do
up.
it? You
Hold on.
want to go?
Hold
You
on,
want to
hold
go
on.
death
I know
threat
my
for
career is
death
different
threat?
now.
Bro,
Come on,
hold
come on.
on. We
Come
going
on.
death
Come on.
threat
Come
for
on.
death threat, bro?
I got a good. Mine is good.
All right, son. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Go ahead. Who want to go first?
Hold on. I'm gonna
Who want to
Hold
go
on.
first?
Let me check my death
If you
threat.
want, I'll go. All right, ready? Here it is. Ready?
Okay. What day was this?
All right, this is last Friday, 11:31 a.m.
All right.
Okay. I was doing this joke about cutting off clits, right? This
What kind of joke?
and then the Somali woke Twitter got upset at me. Ready? You fucking son of a bitch. If I ever catch you making FGM jokes, female genital mutilation, about Somali girls, you fucking white cunt, I will personally kill you with my bare hands, you no good for nothing, sick, degenerate, dog kissing, sister fucking, white swine
good.
consuming, fourth breath cunt.
Pretty good.
You're a dead man. I hope you know that.
Okay.
Whoa, no, it's not done yet. It's not even close. Keep a close look over the next Somali you see. I hope they stick a knife so deep in your jugular, you slave master ancestors can smell your pork breath since they're rotting in their grave and ending up in hell where you soon will be heading. You white bastards think you were really doing something to
That's the same
humanize
person?
Yup. Our women as if your
Shit.
white bitches and whores don't have filthy disease and maggots-filled rotten putrid pussies. I will draw blood from you, you white cunt. Your days on this earth is numbered. Go molest some kids like the rest of your race, or go fuck your sister whilst you're at whilst you're at it, you son of a white pussy stinking bitch. I will kill you. Mark my words.
Now you should take that serious. All right. All right. Now, mine.
This is a weekly occurrence for me. So like I
Mine
deal
is
with the
hourly.
smoke
No,
all the time.
mine isn't even hourly. It's
We competed
secondly.
for who want more people
Right?
want to kill. How
Okay.
competitive are we? No, people want to kill me more.
I think, but no. I'm gonna tell you something. I think we need to share these more. Right?
Yes, we do.
To sell what we
I put
deal
all
with.
mines on
exactly.
IG. I put all mines on IG.
All right. So this comes from the
Yo, but you got security, bro.
yes.
I don't.
Well, you're stupid.
You right. I'm also
Okay.
poorer.
The email that they sent it to was they sent it from fuckyoulennard@gmail.com. Let me tell you how they spelled fuck you. They spelled fuck FUKUYUI Lennard. That's scary by itself, right? And the subject is
That means someone took the right way to spell it.
yes. The subject is GFY. I don't even know what that means. Leonard the retard. The message.
Go fuck yourself, GFY.
Oh, and this is after I did MSNBC.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He said, "Watch your disgusting liberal degenerate mouth when talking about the president of the USA. I will cut your fucking tongue out and make your ugly wife eat it. Piece of shit, bitch. You are not even talented. Just another angry racist piece of shit. Signed, Enrique."
You should write back, build the wall.
Let me get
That was a good one.
Short and to the point.
Short to the point.
Short and to the point.
Short to the point, man.
You know, I like. He gave me a lot of bars, but there was a lot of repetition in my bars. I would say is a lot of repetition.
That was too much
A lot
type.
of swine.
You was,
a lot of swine.
He wasn't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, he too much type of him to do something.
Yo, don't enable. Don't make him prove himself.
But I'm gonna tell y'all something for everybody that sends death threats. The scary ones are the 3-4 words.
Yeah.
It's over for you.
It's over.
That should be nuts.
This dude put up my childhood address.
No.
Yeah, it was like, I know you live here. I can't find the message because I laughed so hard at it. And I just remember he was like, yeah, you know, I can't find it. But he said, like, I'll blow the top ramen out your head. Like, I don't know if he was a rapper because he had metaphors. He was like, this is your address, such and such. And I just remember DMing him back like, please don't go over there, dude. Like, it's not going to be cool. This little dude get killed playing around and watch. This serious. This is not no joke. Like, I feel privileged. Like, last time I was here, I didn't have no death threats. And for sure, I got over 60. So
welcome to the club.
Yeah, the last scary
that means
one.
you're making a difference.
It's rare air.
The last really scary one I got was somebody left a comment on Instagram and they said, "This is your last morning." That shit was scary. I was like, yo, man.
That's not funny.
Yeah, go.
You respond to that?
Yes, because I wanted to see. I just put the face like,
I do that all the time, too.
Yeah.
And then he immediately replied back, "Bro, I'm outside the station, man. I've been here for the past 3 days just trying to get at you, man. Like, what's up? I just want to," and I'm like, "All right, go see who this motherfucker is." And then that's what I did. And somebody was really out there, but he didn't have no beef, though. Now, as far, I don't know if he had beef or not, but he had said he'd been there for the past 3 days just because he wanted to say what's up, take a picture, some shit like that. Yeah. But that was a nice little way to get my attention. Damn. This is your last morning? What does that mean?
You know what? You know what? I got a good one, bro. Let me
fucked up.
Let me show you. I got a good one.
Man, you've been getting them a lot recently on shows.
Dude, all the time. I've been getting them forever.
That means you being honest.
Dude, but that's the thing. You know, I mean, like, y'all know my humor. Y'all know the jokes I tell. There's always
honest,
someone who's going to be upset about it.
You only get death threats. You only get people that mad when you're honest.
Yeah, nobody cares if you bullshit.
Yeah, if you
Facts.
If they know you bullshitting, if they know you just trolling, they might slap the shit. They might be like, "I'm going to slap the shit out you when I see you." But they not really actively trying to get you the fuck out of here.
Bro, 100%. And if it's effective, there's something about people laughing that really bothers people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and I think that's what comedians is like such a touch. It's like such an annoying point. Like if you make a statement, people are like, "Oh, how dare he say that?" But when you make a statement and the whole room, people are laughing at it. It's like, "Oh no, we need to get this swine breath motherfucker out of here."
Bro, a joke will lighten the mood. Why do you think Mitch McConnell is so infuriated this week?
Because you went going at him, huh?
Moscow Mitch.
That's Moscow.
Nobody,
Mitch
you niggas hate nicknames.
Like nicknames work. Son, Trump won a presidency off of making nicknames.
That's what I'm saying. If you make a nickname stick to somebody, oh my God.
Yeah, especially a nickname they don't want.
This one guy got me. I was reading death threats and I was going to a new email and the title of the email was "Huge Fan!" exclamation point. And I was like, you know what? Let me read like something nice about me finally. And I opened it up. He goes, "Fuck you, die, motherfucker." First, he got me with the title, bro.
And what's the title?
The title was "Huge Fan!" exclamation point. So he drew me in.
As soon as you click,
rope-a-dope.
How do y'all deal with that?
I just blocked that shit out, bro.
It depends though. Like when it first started happening on social media, I think everybody got a different reaction because we all got on Twitter 10 years ago maybe.
Sure.
So when it first started happening, you like, "Fuck you pussy motherfucker, pull up, I'll beat the shit out," like whatever, because you don't get it. But then once you understand what social media is, you start to ignore it. But then when you start to realize that the general public is believing 98% of the bullshit that people are saying, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, you like, when do I respond or do you respond? And that's when it becomes difficult.
So honestly, for me, I just start like storying them. And I'm just laughing at them. I'm like, and my mentality, I only laugh because it's like, if you understand the kind of person I am, it's like, I invited this energy.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like you think you walking into the party special and you ain't realize you got invited to the party.
Right.
So my whole mentality about it is like, I'm looking to make a victim out of somebody. Like I'm looking to do something to you because
As far as what, like violently or
whatever. Because
nah, you don't want that.
Oh,
do you?
no, dude. Come
no,
on.
listen. I'm gonna tell you why. It's like if you're not gonna be mad at every rapper lying, why are you gonna be mad at the one that's telling the truth? I don't have no choice. I cannot keep, like when you have a powerful message, you gotta make sure people hear you.
Right.
So I have to become so pure. Like my conversation need to be so Colombian, so pure.
Yeah.
That it's like it just cuts through every time. And it requires me to be honest and authentic. And if everybody is going to be, every last person that I could think of that was like that, from the stories of Jesus to Martin Luther King to Malcolm X to Tupac, anybody that was authentically honest, they went through hell. So I have to think to myself, like, before I'm with dying, even Nip, like, I have to be ready to kill faster. And I keep telling people, when I wrote this song, you could bet for sure I thought about what could happen. So at that point, I'm prepared for what could happen.
And that's the problem I have with anybody who creates any kind of art. You know that if you're doing something edgy, you know if you're doing something that involves somebody else and somebody else's life, you're inviting all of those people that love that person
into your life.
So you got to deal with that. Whether it's a joke, whether it's music, whether it's Donkey of the Day, whatever, it don't matter. You invited that. I don't have the luxury of being like, man, you shouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Nigga, I know people.
No, you shouldn't be mad at that.
You can say that, but they will be.
You realize that like people are tweeting us about how upset they are on a device that was made by child slaves. You have no right in the world to be upset about a joke or a donkey of the day or whatever when you are completely complacent in child slavery making your phone. Child slavery is way worse than anything that you could possibly say. Anything you could possibly say on Donkey of the Day. So it is mind-bogglingly hypocritical that your life is so cushy and nice, your life is so convenient and regular, that you'd be sitting inside your air-conditioned car apartment and then hear a joke and then feel the need to hurt somebody based on it. That's your biggest problem of the day is a fucking joke.
Those XXX Tentacion fans or those Tupac fans don't have no emotional connection to them child slaves.
Nah.
None.
I know.
They don't know none
Matter
of
of
them.
fact, they don't even care.
They don't know them. They don't care.
I was talking to Ide on the radio doing that interview, and matter of fact, shout out to my homeboys, the Young Giants, Deuce, Joe. But we talked about this, even Mitro, all my partners, and I'm like, it's crazy. Nobody cares about the other guy.
Never.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, his life ain't worth as much as Tupac's. Says who? Like, my life is worth as much as Drake's. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I don't give a fuck how many rap songs a nigga made. My life is worth fucking Barack Obama. That nigga ain't more special than me.
Right.
Feel me? I don't care who you measuring it up to. In my mind, feel me? So,
especially to your family.
Yeah.
And you got not only your family and friends. It's people out there that's mad at you over this song.
Yeah.
And they might, if they move on you, your family and friends don't give a fuck whether they agree with you or not.
My dad is on
What
Facebook.
do they get from moving on you? Does XXX come back?
I don't know.
Does Tupac come back?
What did they get for killing XX Tentacion? Who knows? Nobody cares.
But now what we're doing is
50,000.
Oh yeah, they did get 50,000.
no, but
I
now
don't know if they wanted to kill him as
we're
much as
trying
they
to
wanted
justify
50,000.
the violence, right? And we should never be justifying crazy like that. I'm not going to go in here and just start justifying crazy people's actions.
But what's a war worth fighting? Like, name a war worth. Name a time when it's worth to take
Save your
somebody's
life. I'll take your life to save mine.
But 100%. Is that
100%.
really worth it?
To save my life, I won't take your life. You're crazy. You just told me your life is worth more than Barack Obama. That means you're willing to die to save. You're willing to kill to save yours.
For a lot less.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, for me, that's the only time. But for somebody else to risk their livelihood, they probably got a family. These people now are getting taken away from their family.
Sure.
For nothing, right? Like, literally nothing happens.
Your same risk you're willing to take for that joke.
Of course.
G's willing to take for that song. They're willing to take for their people.
Not everybody is, and I mean this,
because
not everybody
is their
is,
life.
here's the thing, not everybody is built like us, though.
Sure.
Not everybody is willing to take the smoke for the art.
Yeah.
I love this, and this is what I do. My intention is never to piss these people off. I'm a comedian. I make jokes to make people laugh. That is always my intention. You want me to stop telling a joke? Don't laugh. I'll never tell a joke that nobody laughs at anymore.
I didn't hear a lot of people laughing at that SSX and Tashion joke. Maybe
No, the joke got to laugh in front of a completely neutral audience. They weren't even fans.
sounded like a laugh track from the TV network. I'm being honest with you.
Yo, trust me when I tell you this.
It did.
Comedy Central is not smart enough to even put a laugh track.
Damn.
This is how poorly they produce their shit. So do not, trust me. That is a real.
Really? I ain't watch Comedy Central. I know I do watch Trevor Noah sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're told to laugh on those
But
types
you
of
know
shows.
what? This is something I wanted to share with you.
Yeah.
Some of those people, that is their life. Like, it's people, right?
But how
that hit
silly
me.
is that? It's so
That's-
dumb.
What do you mean that is their life? We don't.
Like, it's people who dedicate their life to Tupac's legacy.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's people who talk to me like they really knew him. Like, and they dedicate. You got to understand the type of human beings. Like I said, people knew this. I always say the greatest marketing meeting was the Council of Nicaea. That meeting in Nicaea was the greatest marketing meeting ever. The minds that were in that room. So that's when they came together and created what we call Christianity. Mm-hmm. The Bible, they selected the books in the Bible. They put together the way we would view Christianity, Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity, everything came from that meeting. So they understood how people needed to perceive Jesus to make the whole empire of Rome follow. So some of these people's legacies are so put together so well that they draw in people to follow, and that becomes their life goal, is to follow that legacy. So like he's right. Like it's people who follow Tupac's page, and every post, man, they have to post every day, 3-4 times a day, and they posting Tupac this, Tupac that, Tupac this, every day. And in my mind, like it's different because I didn't even make a joke. I didn't even disrespect or nothing. I'm just giving you another perspective of an actual event. You feel me? Allegedly.
Yeah.
So I can see if I said, oh, fuck this man, or this man is a bitch, or something like that. Motherfuckers is mad just because the light for them. And I really believe they had to deal with a truth that they never wanted to deal with.
I thought about that too. I thought about people looking at that video saying, my man really dead on some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have to do what he
did. And who actually wants to say that about, it's like if I showed you that Jesus had a wife and kids. Like what if I walked in here with Jesus' cousin? Mm-hmm. Like this is really Jesus' cousin. And so your whole
Somebody got to be Jesus' cousin, right?
Because he
was a single child.
They say he was a single child and he didn't have nobody.
Wait, but did Mary have any brothers or sisters?
That's what I'm saying. Mary only got fucked. Well, she didn't even get fucked. Mary only got a baby in her once.
But
Did
imagine
she got fucked after? He's like, well, now that you popped.
You could be Jesus' half brother, half sister, so you like.
Well, she was a virgin before from the story.
No, she's a virgin before, but after Joseph is like, yo, come on now.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying, so imagine if I walked in here with a little dude and I'm like, yeah, he's from Jesus' bloodline. This is Jesus' long line descendant. But your whole life, you've been told this. Like we almost think Michael Jackson is a virgin.
Yeah. No way.
Yes.
We seen Surviving Neverland.
Yeah.
All right.
No, he fucked Madonna, I heard.
But
he was married.
Oh yeah, he fucked
Elvis Presley. Lisa Marie Presley.
You ain't never heard no woman come out and say she fucked Michael Jackson.
Say what?
Huh?
Think about it.
I thought
Madonna.
Lisa Marie.
I never heard her talk about sleeping with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they was married.
Yeah.
I mean, again.
Nah, she talked about fucking him.
Did she?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, well, I was sleep on that. Jesus Christ, if I walked in here with his descendant.
But even if the little boys don't count?
He didn't sleep with them little boys.
I don't think he did it either, but they don't count.
He definitely slept with them. We don't know if he did anything
according to them, it was Jesus juice and blowjob.
I'm glad you said that though, right? Because it's like, we for sure know Michael Jackson didn't do this. I just don't understand why.
No, I don't for sure know. I don't think he did, though.
Yeah.
You don't want to believe he did.
I don't think he did. It's 17 years investigated by the FBI and they ain't find shit. I mean, goddamn. 17-year FBI investigation?
I just been feeling like that about the R. Kelly stuff.
No, he did it.
No, because it's not R. Kelly did it. R. Kelly's only problem is he don't know when to say no.
What?
His only problem is he don't know when to say no.
My mind's telling me no?
Yeah, but his body is telling him yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Explain this to me, G. By the way, this is Glasses. That's why when people hear this song, and they're bugged, I'm like, this is Glasses.
Yeah,
this is him.
And that's what I had to start really doing with my music, just being more authentic and sincere.
All right, go into R. Kelly. Go into the R. Kelly thing.
Well, R. Kelly is like, what are we really mad at him about?
Fucking little girls.
How little?
It was 13.
You sound a lot like R. Kelly.
No, I'm just saying, how little?
You sound like R. Kelly in the Tory interview.
No, I'm not.
When you say teen, what do you
mean
exactly?
by teen? He didn't even say teen, he said little.
Because I'm not asking how young, excuse me.
Yes.
Okay, so
13, 14.
Are we mad that he just slept with them?
That's illegal.
Yeah.
So it's against the law, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, it's a violation of statutory laws.
And morally, though. Morally, I'm like, why would a 50-something-year-old man, 40-something-year-old man want to sleep with 13-year-old
See,
girl?
obviously wasn't when he was 50. But morals is a very, like, individualized thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the thing about morals is that we all share them, right?
No.
Well,
my set of
morals
morals is
different.
totally different than your morals.
I
You said
disagree.
something, I'm gonna tell you, he said something earlier that was ill when you was talking about how a lot of the gangbangers, used to have to get high
To do the work.
and drunk and to do the shit that they was doing. So that lets me know they knew morally this shit ain't right,
That's
but I got to
'cause
get out of a state of mind.
That's because we all share the same morals. That's the thing about morality, right? If you look at any religion in the world, or you look at any belief system, they all share the same morals. Now, there are certain codes that we live by that are outside of our morality, right? And those codes we have to get drunk or high to end up doing because they don't sit with us morally.
But are we saying religion leads all people?
No. It's religion is a
So you said it's a
reflection of
natural-
humanity. Like laws reflect the people, right?
Yeah.
In a time in history where everything's really dangerous, you're gonna have really strict laws. In a time in history where things are not dangerous, you're gonna have really loose laws.
Sure.
Like just right now, like you can just fucking do anything in America. Anything's fucking legal in America.
Technically, it's not. That's the fucked up part. 'Cause technically, it's not supposed to be
Yeah, it's not.
because of that Bible.
Yeah.
That Bible is supposed to keep everything morally sound.
We need the Bible again, bro. We need religion again, bro. People are going crazy out here.
I don't know if people give a. I don't think, ain't nobody scared of God no more.
No, well,
God been
God
gone
need to
too
come
long.
back.
That's what I'm saying.
God need to pull
God
up.
need to poke a toe.
God
God need to poke a toe out the sky.
Yo,
and stuff.
walk on that water.
That's all
do
I'm
some
saying.
shit, just let us know
That's-
because motherfuckers are going crazy out
So
here. son.
I swear. And by the way, nature is that.
Yeah,
we don't
that's
even
God.
look at nature as God.
That's
no more.
God.
We don't even respect
God
nature,
God need a better marketing plan. God need to listen. I'm
That's
all
what
in
I
on
was
him.
saying about the Council of Nicaea. That's what made it so sweet. But you got to think that marketing meeting lasts for, I don't know, 1,600 years or 1,700 years?
I can't take credit for this. I got to give credit to a comedian named Kurt Metzger on this, but I was talking to my boy Tim Dillon about
Bro,
this.
just take the joke like everybody else.
No, it's not a joke. It's a take.
Oh.
It's a take, right? And we're talking about why what happened because now there's no religion, right? And people are freaking out because you need purpose, right? The average person isn't like us that they don't know their purpose. The average person is just going through life trying to eat and survive. So they have to find a new purpose, right? So they find their new purpose in veganism, feminism,
Following Tupac.
whatever it is. Follow Tupac, right? And what happens is they become religious about these new things. Right?
This dude told me I was blasphemous.
Wait for it, right? They become religious.
Going that
Yeah.
And I didn't even go at Pop.
I know. So what? But here's the thing. This is where it gets crazy. They become religious about these new things. This is where it gets interesting. The problem is they only take the worst parts of religion. They only take the shame, the guilt, the vengeance, the ostracization. They don't apply the forgiveness, the togetherness, the community, etc. If you're a vegan and someone's not a vegan, how dare you eat animals? You know what animals go through. There's none of this, hey, I forgive you. I know it's tough, blah, blah, blah. So we've replaced religion because we need something to keep us fucking busy. That's why the Council of Nicaea happened in the first place. They're like, yo, we need these motherfuckers to do something. Yeah. So it's like we've replaced religion with these shittier, more negative forms of religion.
Vegans are crazy because they got more empathy for animals than people.
They
want people that eat meat. They want them to die, but don't kill the animals.
That's what people keep saying. It's like, no, Glasses Malone deserve to die. I didn't jump nobody, and I don't got nothing to do with it.
But how they say that you're blasphemous, but then they can't forgive you.
But the point,
you see what I'm saying? They're taking the worst parts of religion and then applying them to these beliefs because people are fucking bored. People need shit to do, dog. We need to give people things to do. And if it's not religion, it got to be, it's Fortnite. Let it be Fortnite. Let it be something where motherfuckers aren't out there just going crazy and throwing milkshakes on people for no reason.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We just added another powerful voice in the room. My man Tazz.
What up?
David Anderson is here.
But back to the R. Kelly thing, like I was saying to you, right? Violating statutory laws. Why do we treat him like a rapist?
He is a rapist, though. How? I think he's a rapist because you take away people. Like, I always feel like when you take away somebody's power of choice, it's criminal. But when you're a 40-something-year-old man, 50-something-year-old man, late 30s, and you're talking to a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, she's not really giving her a choice because she's really not even capable of making her own good decisions yet.
That's the argument for the argument for stat, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's the argument for stat.
Because the argument is like the number 18 is arbitrary, right? It's like
and it's
every
only
country,
in certain states.
Exactly. Every country got a different number. The number is essentially when do we think a girl's old enough to let a guy kick grown-up game at her? That's really that's the number.
Yeah.
Right? Back in the day, you want to ask like old like Israelites and shit, they were like 13.
Right now in Japan,
motherfuckers died at 30.
11 in Japan.
So he should have went to Japan. That's the other reason he needed to be under the jail.
No, I'm
He's
not.
a dumb motherfucker.
Just go to a country where you can do that.
Word.
I'm not saying he shouldn't go to jail. I'm not in disagreement on that. I'm saying why do we as a black society, when we know in our culture, men have entirely been talking to young girls forever, but why is he getting the blame? Like, he's for sure not the guy that everybody wanted to give R. Kelly pussy, because we got 13, 14, 15-year-old girls listening to his music. So they're fans.
There's
like,
collateral damage to change, Doug.
He broke the law.
Collateral damage to change.
I'm not saying I agree, but we don't look at people who break the law.
Are we talking about morals or legislation? Did he?
No, because that's my point. Like,
morally, do you think he's wrong?
Listen, everything about he's done is
Gee.
No, let me finish.
Glasses Malone missed his call, and this man should have been a lawyer. He's like the next Johnny
Glasses ain't no joke.
No. Listen, I'm not saying he's not wrong. Why are we treating him outside of anything more than a criminal for breaking statutory laws?
Because we're told to.
That's my point. That's all
let me talk about this for a minute.
I'm confused.
Watch this.
Yeah,
3 years
too.
ago, 3 years ago, I came on the Breakfast Club. You asked me about Bill Cosby.
Yes.
And I was like, did Doc Winter tell you to take off R. Kelly's records? You said no. I said, did anybody tell you y'all were going to ban R. Kelly, burn R. Kelly, none of that? You said no. I said, so everybody's just as guilty. And until such time as you give Cosby the same type of treatment, until Stephen Collins gets the same type of treatment, he's walking around here, Jerry Lee Lewis, all those folks. It's just like black folks will just hop on R. Kelly and ignore the fact that there's a bunch of pedophiles, a bunch of rapists, a bunch of people who abuse women as a cause, but because they're white, we just let it slide. Oh, that's not our problem. Tarana Burke went on record, the founder of Me Too movement, and said, oh, well, why would I go after white men? So it's not about protecting women.
Like
it's some bullshit. So to me, R. Kelly, even though I don't like R. Kelly, and I think R. Kelly's disgusting as a person that has 2 black daughters, I'm like this though. If the law is the law, then it needs to be equal protections under the law, and it needs to be equal prosecution under the law.
Exactly.
But we acting like all it takes is for them guys to get caught though.
No, they weren't caught. Jerry Lee Lewis was walking around fucking his cousin. Elvis Presley was fucking Priscilla Presley.
He died though.
Okay, Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith. I could do this all day.
Yeah, but Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein got what?
What's the guy from House of Cards?
That shit didn't do nothing but what men been doing forever, using their power against the vagina.
Are you implying that white pedophiles don't go to jail?
No, I'm implying that when it comes to celebrity white pedophiles, they don't go to jail.
That ain't true though.
Celebrity
pedophiles. The Me Too movement started with killing white guys.
Who got killed?
What's the dude from House of Cards?
Spacey. You mean Spacey who walked out? He got his charges dropped.
Yeah. But he lost everything.
Wait, hold on. He got his charges dropped because there were no charges because he hit on an 18-year-old, but his career and livelihood is done. Where's this white protection?
I thought he was fucking a little boy.
R. Kelly's still out here doing shows. This motherfucker where's
the R. Kelly show?
Zambia?
No, it's over for R. Kelly.
Out of Mongolia, where's that happening?
No, but R. Kelly been doing shows until this year.
No, because
he's in jail right now.
No, but until this year, he was still doing shows.
No, that Me Too put all that together.
Not really.
I know for a fact because my boy was booking his shows.
He was overseas.
So
he was overseas. He was overseas.
No, in America, he was doing shows until this year.
But I'm saying that's because
real quick, Glass. I just want to address this idea that like when you speak about
that's right, defend whiteness. That's why I fuck with
Let's go, Schulz. I went on a show.
3 black guys on the podcast. Schulz like I'm a hold it down for my
I'm with you. Listen, baby. Listen, I love Andrew Schulz. I love this man.
No, because the problem with the argument that I've often heard is it's a distraction from the main point, right? It's like, we start the argument with, hey, this guy's a pedophile, this guy's a bad guy, and then the argument turns to, but what about white pedophiles? They don't get ever charged, and now we stop talking about the pedophile.
No. Here's
don't
what
we
you
want to
missed.
get the bad guy out of there?
Listen, show of hands, how many people were molested by somebody who was older than them?
Define molested.
Well, in Charlamagne's case, it's just me and Charlamagne apparently. That's why we're so fucked up on the microphone.
Yo, I had a girl, I had like a friend's older sister like rub her butt against my dick when we worked at this pizza shop when I was like 12. But like I was looking forward to it every day.
I don't know if that's molestation. When you was young, Glasses.
I didn't even have sex until I was 18.
Oh, okay. You never had an older woman touch on you when you
Every last girl I've ever dated has always been over 18. And I'm not saying that because of the law. I'm saying because by the time I started
and I'm not saying that because of the law.
Glass got to redeem himself from them R. Kelly comments.
I love Glass.
I ain't redeeming shit.
R. Kelly must die. R. Kelly deserves to die. That's all you got to do.
Yes, they deserve to die. The whole they burn in hell.
The remix, Glass.
Write it from the perspective of the girls that was getting peed on.
They liked it.
Oh Lord. Jesus Christ.
They never came out and complained one time.
My God.
Dude, you got to do
They
R.
never
Kelly
came out and complained one time. Do we not care? This is the truth.
They were trying
They
off.
complained.
They have never complained.
They did a whole doc
Sparkle
complaining.
got mad because he slept with her and the niece.
Every girl on
Wait
the
a
doc
minute.
was a
Let
girl
me
that R.
finish.
Kelly messed with and was complaining.
Aaliyah never complained.
Neither did Regina and George Daniels complain about the fact that he was dating their daughter. Like,
I don't understand the point y'all trying to make.
The point
I was answering
I'm
his
not making.
point.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Listen,
What was
so
your
my
point? No,
is
you were answering
my
mine.
point is R.
I want to
Kelly-
answer Schultz's point
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
want to make
'cause I
this
wanna
clear.
get that, yeah, back
R.
to
Kelly
what-
deserves to be in jail for the rest of his natural life. Make no mistake about
No.
it. I'm sorry, he does.
No.
He does, because when you
No.
listen, what I told Charlamagne 3 years ago, also on the air, was because he was like Charlamagne.
Good content. Let it go.
Charlamagne
Go
was
ahead,
like,
Taz.
you know,
Right
he was
to
like,
Glasses
for the rest of his life.
he was like, oh yeah, definitely the rest of his life.
No.
Let me explain why. Can I explain why?
Yeah, finish your
All
point.
right, so Charlamagne said, I thought it was cool. I was getting head. I said, yeah, but that's a physical response to stimuli. That is not consent. So just because your dick gets hard, right?
Yeah.
Just because your dick gets hard doesn't necessarily mean that you're consenting to that, because you just know it feels good. You don't have the adult mind to understand what comes with it.
Very true.
So that's a problem. And the same thing definitely goes for R. Kelly. R. Kelly deserves to be where he is. My problem with
I
that
agree. He
is
deserved to be in jail.
okay. My problem with that is not only
damn,
does
that
R.
sounds
Kelly
so
deserve to be
fucked
in jail, Stephen Collins deserves to be in jail, Phil Spector deserves to be in jail, Woody Allen deserves to be in jail, Morgan Freeman deserves to be in
Morgan
jail.
Freeman?
Yeah. Oh, what, his step granddaughter? We just going to gloss over his step granddaughter? We just going to have this conversation?
2,000 years old. You can't fuck your granddaughter when you're
What did Morgan
2,000.
Freeman do?
Yo,
He was a
I thought we
pedophile.
was shooting at white men, Taz.
We are shooting at white men, but I got to be fair. Like,
But
equal
I'ma tell
protection under the law, equal prosecution under the law.
His dick is wild.
we got it back on the black guys. We got it back on the black guys.
Yeah, let me finish.
No,
not
hold
E.
up.
Stephen Collins. Stephen Collins from Seventh Heaven, whose show has never been pulled out of syndication. While the Cosby Show was pulled out of syndication, only saved by TV1. So what I'm saying is,
Listen.
if you decide to touch someone under the age of 18,
Yes.
and you are over the age of 18, you have broken the law. If you're broken the law,
that's
you go to
not
jail.
true.
But Seinfeld was
That's
smart
not
enough to do it
true.
in a state where it's legal.
That's only in certain states.
I'm not here for this. I'm like, I understand the whole age of consent thing.
Yeah.
And I'm
Because
with you
what
on
makes
that.
18 any different besides the way I was raised in California?
The law's the law, though, bro.
Now you're talking to an outlaw. So let me tell you what
First off, fuck your bitch in the
listen.
clicking thing.
Really though.
I'm
But
with you.
that's my guy. That's what's so funny. People like, yo,
that's
Tupac.
that's
live
my
life
favorite
by
song. I
Tupac.
literally talked
I live
about
my
that
life by
yesterday.
Tupac mantras. Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
But
yeah.
point I'm saying to you right is,
Glass, can I say one thing? How funny you are, bro. He goes, what makes 18 the right thing? He goes, the law. But I'm an outlaw. You don't want to be an outlaw about the legal age.
I'm gonna tell you.
Let me hear your point. Let me hear
You
your
want to
point,
be
G.
a law-abiding citizen.
Let me hear your point. Go
I
ahead.
do
Let me
not
hear your
want to be a
point.
law-abiding citizen because I don't agree. But this is the thing, right? In
We're
Nevada,
talking about pedophilia, G.
see, pedophile is another overused word because people just like using it. Like, it's ebiphile. When somebody's a certain age, when they become a teenager after puberty, pedophiles are reserved for people before puberty. And it matters. The truth matters. The truth has to matter. So before I start calling this man a pedophile, you got to show me somebody that ain't had their puberty. Now, do he like bitches entirely too young? Yes. That is a problem that he literally... But another problem is girls liking him too young. His problem is not knowing to say no. So you deserve whatever prison time they got for you for breaking the
If
statutory
a
laws.
14-year-old girl can convince you to have sex with her and you 40-something years old,
He
you
can't
deserve
read
to
or
go to
write,
jail.
bruh.
Yeah.
He can't. It ain't like he playing with this whole intelligent piece. Let's just be honest.
He can't read or write, but he's been to jail before for the same charge of fucking with an underage girl. You keep making the same mistake over and over, you're
listen,
insane.
But again, he fucks all the girls. I'm not saying he shouldn't go to jail.
Jesus Christ.
No, he fucks
All the girls'
14
classes?
to 64.
I ain't seen no woman with an AARP card hanging out of the R. Kelly concert.
He don't care
I
if the
just
cognac
love
is
it.
aged. He don't care if the cognac
is
is
fresh out the barrel.
5 years. Fresh out the barrel.
Bro,
You
they
care.
don't cancel out. It's not like you fuck one old
No,
one.
I'm just saying.
That makes
So
sense, but you just take the
I'm just
averages.
saying,
It's
all
cumulative
over-
sex.
No.
It's cumulative sex.
Because I don't want to misrepresent who. I get it that the mob got their pitchfork out, they got their torches. Just listen.
I'm hearing you.
I'm not going to do that. If this man is fucking all the bitches, I'm not gonna make him like he just likes young bitches.
Well, G, listen.
His problem is he likes all the
What
bitches.
if you're a guy who likes to fuck everybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I fuck guys, I fuck women, whatever. Would you call that man gay?
Yes.
All right, then. So you got to call R. Kelly a pedophile.
But a pedophile, again, by definition,
That's a good point.
is somebody who hasn't had a puberty.
Well, he likes to fuck underage girls, and that's against the law.
I agree. That's my point. I'm not, for one, saying R. Kelly should not have to deal with his... When I sell drugs, when I got in trouble for shooting at people, I went to jail. I respect the legal system. I'm not going to... I'm not one of them kind of black people. Oh, man, the system is against me. I made this choice. I'm not the average person from my neighborhood. R. Kelly is somebody that is a little messed up. He can't read or write. He's not the most... And I'm not making excuses. He got whatever prison sentence coming to him. There's no way we should give him life.
Nah, he should get life.
No, he's not. I'm going to tell you why.
30 years of doing this?
Yeah.
30 years of doing this? Going and forging illegal documents to marry a 15-year-old?
Yeah.
Doing this?
But again, 40 years ago, that's not crazy.
Let me finish.
40 years ago, that's not crazy. Wow. He put that motherfucker out. He used that motherfucker.
I think he should get life simply because he never learned from any of his mistakes.
It was never a mistake. He meant it the first time he did it.
And he kept doing it. So he's an idiot.
Okay, can we just take pedophilia? Let's take pedophilia.
Let's just get that word.
Let's take pedophilia off the
That's
table.
all I want.
When you're holding a woman against her will, you're keeping her.
He's not holding nobody against that
Oh,
will.
bro.
Listen, I watched that whole special.
Bro.
That lady said, it's the best part. You should go look at it again. And it was like, she was talking about how bad it was and how everything was going on and it's crazy. And it was like, the music. They had the score going.
Yeah,
she was like, I just
really
packed my stuff and went home. It just stole all the thunder because I'm like, damn, he got these ladies kidnapped. This shit is crazy. And it's Yeah, and I was so upset. I had to ask him when to eat and use the bathroom. So eventually I just packed my stuff and went home.
Do you think that maybe he could have tightened up security afterwards and started putting down some more?
He never had to have security. His security is being fucking R. Kelly. It ain't a bitch breathing that wants to leave R. Kelly because it ain't a nigga better than R. Kelly.
Not now. Not in this era. Not in this era.
No, but we're not talking about this era. We talking about R. Kelly. First off, we talking about Aaliyah. This is in the 90s. So we talking about early 90s. That ain't that far low from when your grandfather married your grandmother entirely too young. It's not that far away. You can't look at yesterday's with today's eyes. It makes you fucked up.
The reason he knew what he was doing was wrong is because he snuck to do it.
Yeah, he knew.
It's not like he was out in the open, like, this is Aaliyah, this is my girl, this is my wife.
He knew he was breaking the law.
Like, Tiger was ready to die for Kylie.
No.
In a real way. He was out in public with it, like, this is mine, red shirt in the for 3-4 years. That's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm going to tell you a story real fast. Tiger don't cuss me
you know
out,
Elvis apparently did that?
Hold on, listen.
Yeah, Priscilla
was 14?
No, but he didn't fuck her till she was 16.
Right, sure.
Son, and there was like art details of her saying, I wanted it so bad, but he refused for like 3 years. Let her live in the whatever.
Y'all let Elvis use that excuse. We're going to let Michael and R. Kelly and everybody use that excuse too. I don't believe that shit.
I'm still waiting on the evidence for Mike because
I don't believe the Michael shit
came back false.
Now, what happened?
So the first time I realized what was going on, I went to a session for Tiger to grab something from him and Chris Brown. And they had a session going on. And I remember just walking in the studio and, it was gangster niggas, couple cool shit. They working on music. And it was these two looking little girls. Mind you, I ain't really a pop person, so they just look like little kids. And they laughing and giggling and shit. I'm like, who got these little sisters and who little sisters is these? I said that shit out loud and niggas looked at me. And I think that's before I understood what was going on. That's the kind of joke that'll get you in some shit. Because I'm like, who little sisters are these? These little kids up in the studio, it's kind of late. I had a bedtime joke and all kind of shit. Not knowing that this is
Tiger's girlfriend
or a Kardashian.
Surviving Tiger coming soon.
Nah,
that's what I just heard from you, G.
Don't do that.
You just gave Lifetime their next special.
Nah, that girl loved Tiger.
What that got to do with anything? If she was underage,
because underage.
What love got to do with it?
I'm not gonna do underage unless your mental. Like for me, underage matters. My intellect allows. I can't date nobody under 22.
Gee, it's the reason you walked in that studio and knew those girls was underage immediately.
They look like.
But you said they was giggling. Like it was something about them that you knew.
My brain processes it totally different. Like if I see a girl, don't hold up. I'm not above nothing. So let me tell the truth.
Real rap.
Now, why I have never slept with a girl under 18 my whole life. I've seen a girl in Germany that was 16 that was probably the most built body bitch I ever seen in my life. This bitch was bad as a motherfucker at 16 and was trying to give me some pussy, and it took all the California nigga in me not to take it because she made sure I knew it was legal. And it just still felt wrong.
Because that's what, and that's the thing. It's all, to me, it's about what your morals feel like. We know that shit is wrong. There's no reason for a 30-something-year-old man, 40-something-year-old man to be sleeping with a 15, 16-year-old girl.
In my mind.
I don't even, when I see dudes that are 40-something messing with 21-year-olds, I'm like, why?
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I got a 20-year-old daughter. I think
like,
that's the most disgusting, ridiculous shit.
Yeah, but see, I don't think you should be able to have a say. Because if you have a daughter, then
I'm not going to
it's all
judge that
biased.
just yet.
Well, if I have a daughter, I shouldn't have a say because it's all biased.
You're biased. Because you
I'm
probably would have had
biased.
somebody.
I was somebody I went to school
Hold up.
I got 3 daughters. Exactly.
In your 20s, 40, and you wouldn't sleep with a
21, bro. 21, when you 40 plus years old.
Start getting crazy.
That's wild.
Boat?
Huh?
Where did the boat come from?
You
The
just
boat.
on a boat?
What are you talking
Where's the
about?
boat?
You on a
Why
yacht?
is it white people always want to talk about boats and
You on a
black
yacht?
people?
This happened.
Where you gonna
Confused.
find a 32-year-old girl on a boat?
You bring her.
You ain't gonna bring no 30-year-old on a
Why not?
yacht, bro. You get a nice little
This
21
really
and
happened.
25.
Nah, bro.
Hold
This
on.
shit really
You out here
happened.
bringing 40-year-olds on a boat,
Yes.
bro?
And
What
where's the
kind
boat?
of fucking
look,
Carnival
y'all don't
cruises?
Come on.
This is
Hold on.
shit. This is
Hold
an
on,
admission
I'm glad
happening.
you brought me back. What fucking boat are you talking about?
One of them princes from the fucking Dubai's and shit, bro. If we're on a yacht,
He got some dreams.
hey, you talking to some
got some
sheik
dreams.
from Dubai,
Drew got some
and you're like, yo, I
dreams.
got some chicks for the boat, and he's like, oh yeah, how old are they? And you're like 38. 41, 36.
You
You're
is gonna
not
be the laughing
invited
joke.
no more, bro.
Niggas is gonna have jokes for you.
You need a nice 21 and 28.
By the way,
tops.
nobody asked that.
Say what?
If somebody say, yo, I'm bringing some girls on the boat, you be like, yeah, good looking. The only way you're gonna ask that question is if Betty White comes on, or if
Yeah, he might be
goddamn,
right. They gotta be some real
or
old
if the little girl from
And Betty
Black
White
Kids
is
come
fine
on.
for
You
old
bring
niggas.
like, what you bring these little young ass girls to this little old ass woman?
Is that
You
Yara
bringing
Shahidi?
40?
Exactly.
I don't know if people gonna feel like that at 40 if you bring some 21, 22-year-olds.
Look, as a
you might
41-year-old man,
like
I'm
intellectually,
like,
you
nah,
might be like, I'm not gonna deal with him. But you is the man.
Hell yeah.
If you show up to a party with 40-year-old people
crazy.
and
22. How old are you?
But again, that's what
You
I
wouldn't
said.
sleep with a 20. Hold on. You wouldn't sleep with a 22-year-old girl right now?
No, because he have a daughter.
I got a daughter that's 20. It's weird to me. Like,
I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I'm a faithful black man anyway. Black men
black
don't
men don't
cheat.
cheat.
Hypothetically
But-
speaking, if black
hypothetically, I
men were
wouldn't do
being
it.
honest,
No.
what would you do? You would not sleep with a 22-year-old smoke show of a woman right now just because you have a daughter that
well,
happens to be
that
the
and I
same
have a
age.
wife that would kill me. but
Outside of this is a hypo.
Hypothetical alternate universe. I still got a wife that would kill me. You're not getting me caught up, Schultz. Your white privilege protects you. Fuck that shit. This motherfucker got on goddamn Instagram talking about, yo, he only books black Airbnbs. It's Air R&B, and I fell the fuck out watching that shit. Yo, I swear to God, I'm like, I don't understand why people think Schultz is racist. This motherfucker's funny as shit. Like, I feel this motherfucker's the next Carlin. Like, real rap. Yo, he said Air R&B, and it had the graphic look like Airbnb, but it was an R, G. I swear to God, it was an R. Yo, I almost
Where
missed
was that
that toilet
joke at?
pissing. It was on
I had it on
Instagram.
my,
Yo, this
dropping
motherfucker's
in.
IGTV
I never
is
saw it. You gotta send me that.
ridiculous.
That's
I only
funny
stay
as
at black
fuck.
Airbnbs, so we
He
call them
makes me want to get back in the
Airbnbs.
stand-up. I'm like, yo, I want to see this motherfucker.
That's a video of you on
Like, I
stage?
feel like Taz
No.
versus Schultz needs to happen right now at a comedy club near you.
Oh, that is
Like,
too
oh my
funny,
fucking
man.
God.
Air R&B.
He makes the Mexicans and all the black people uncomfortable, and I'll just make white people uncomfortable. We could take this on the road, bro.
The moral of the
do
story
it,
is-
man.
The moral of the story is
The moral of the story is R. Kelly does not deserve the rest
die.
of his life.
Yes, he
in prison.
does.
He's right back on it, conquering too, ladies and gentlemen.
Only I'm not defending. I've heard that before. People get so. I'm like, let's just
Ain't he
stick with
50
the
though, G?
facts.
Ain't he 50?
Yes, but
Can I ask you a real question? I've
But
been
none of
begging
this,
to ask
all
you.
this shit is on VHS tape.
I'm begging
so
you
it's
to.
not like
I'm
this
begging
was
to
the
ask you
last
this. This is like the
15
most important
years.
question I've ever wanted to ask Glasses Malone in my entire life.
Sure.
What about the people that was driving him to high school so he could post up? What about the people that was bringing these chicks to him so
You
that
mean
he
when he
could
was like
smash?
28,
The
29?
enablers.
What about people that walked in the
What about
studio
when he was 30 and
said,
40 because
"Who
they
is
was
little
doing it
sister
then?"
to
They
you?"
wasn't doing it then.
Bro, yes, they were.
No,
By
see,
their own
that's
admission,
not
they were doing it.
That's not the story.
By their own admission, they were doing
I'm
it.
saying even then they talked about this was before he was on. He stopped driving high schools after he got all the way on. But I'm gonna tell you something that this is a true
Only
thing.
Glasses Malone would defend R. Kelly.
I'm not
in
defending
2019.
R. Kelly.
Only Glasses Malone.
I'm not defending
Right now,
R.
he's
Kelly.
defending his crew. There's a difference. He's not
I'm
defending R.
not
Kelly
defending
right now.
R. Kelly ever.
What are you
His
defending
crew.
then?
He's defending
What I'm
his crew
saying
right
is,
now.
can we keep things in perspective so we can issue out real and fair justice, not emotional justice? That's all I'm saying.
He peed on a 13-year-old girl.
And she loved it, and he should go to jail
Yo,
for it.
son, this guy's crazy.
No, and he should go to jail for it. And he should go. Listen, what I'm
This
saying,
a wild
Queen, like he
dude,
should
bro.
go to
I
jail
just came up
for
here to
it.
talk about business.
But let's
Like,
make
that's-
sure we understand that this girl, his problem is not knowing to say know I'm not going to pee on her.
And by the way, we don't
treat
know
him like he kidnapped her and peed on her.
By the way,
because that's how we're treating him.
We don't know what's on them other tapes too. It's like 20, 30 other tapes.
First of all, why was he holding the tapes for so long?
That's retarded.
What you mean? That's because
like Nas held the lost tapes for a good reason. I don't understand why this guy is holding these
Kelly's lost tapes.
VHS.
He came in with like 15
and it's like
crates,
VHS cassettes.
like crates.
But this the thing, and just like that, like I don't want to paint him in an unfair light. I want to get justice should be served for the people that there's no victims.
Glasses, you ain't that good of an artist, bro. Like
There's no victims.
I know you can write and you can rap, but there's nothing you can do to write R. Kelly in a fair light. At this point, there's
you're
nothing.
Right. You're right. That's
like,
true.
Nothing.
That's true. But I can't help it that it's burning in me to be fair. And that's why people think I'm a contrarian.
I don't think there's anything unfair happening to him.
It is. What's unfair is that we're right now as a society saying he should go to jail, right? He broke the law. So I get it, right? We need justice for him violating the statutory laws. But let's keep it certain. He's not a pedophile. We don't got to call him that. I
don't know. What do you call that?
It's an ebophile.
Ebophile?
Ebophile. Yeah.
Damn, huh?
It's ebophilia.
Damn.
Ebophilia. I never heard that term before.
I know, right? I had to read
Glasses?
it. No,
so ebophilia is what age is
Glasses for
ebophile?
real.
It's when it's post puberty.
Okay.
But I'm saying it matters. It matters because how we view pedophiles. We're thinking of pedophiles. We're comparing somebody sleeping with a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 7. Those fit those narratives, not some little fast teenager.
Now, are there laws in the books against ebophilia?
Gotta be.
No, there's law. No, listen.
That's why the legal age is 18.
That's why I keep saying no, it's not. That's only in different states.
Different state, but I mean, I think the lowest might be 16.
But the point is, that's my point. But we all have been brainwashed in certain places, like me, where it's 18. I will not look at a girl under 18 because of these laws.
No, I think it's your
Nevada,
morals. You said you was in Germany.
No, but that's because I have been raised my whole life to believe the age was 18.
I think your morals kick in and you realize this is wrong. There's no reason for you as a grown man who's intelligent, that's able to make good decisions.
Sure, a
would
girl
do something
that's like
that.
a girl 20. She can't talk to me. Like, but I also like I read every day. Shit, my IQ is crazy. I'm smart, so I probably will want to talk to someone. But if I can't read or write like R. Kelly, I don't know what kind of girl he gonna feel superior.
I don't think that's not an excuse. I don't think that's an excuse. There's plenty of literate people out
excuse, but it's no excuse. I'm saying. It's no excuse. R. Kelly broke the law. He should go to whatever the proper punishment is. But let's keep it within the realm of proper punishment. Let's not go out the.
I don't think he hasn't been punished yet. So I think whatever he gets for 30 years of pedophilia, he deserves.
Whatever long as we're saying what he's getting.
And the fact that he was flaunting in people's faces, man. You writing songs about
can we
it.
just break this down?
You married a 15-year-old and wrote a song for her called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
To say all the bad things. So let's just talk about this for a minute. When you look at the Pied Piper, the reason that the Pied Piper is such a sticky term is because when the Pied Piper didn't get his check, he came in and took all their children and they were never seen or heard from.
He let them from the village with music.
All the children and they were never seen or heard from again.
And he let them out of the village with music.
I'm not listening.
Wait, hold on.
I am not saying.
Wait a minute.
Just listen, OG. I am not saying, right, that he does not. I agree. Justice should be served.
Right.
But let's keep it within the realm of justice.
That I'm not disagreeing with. What I'm saying is he keeps like my whole thing is don't throw Marvel Cinematic Universe Easter eggs at society and think that it's cool.
That's right.
And that's my point. So like I said, the Pied Piper is one. Then what was the other one? Oh, the Chocolate Factory album. Willy Wonka, somebody who spent his entire career enticing children to come to his chocolate factory. And then who's he surrounded by? A bunch of childlike creatures called Oompa Loompas. And then he gave them all type of drugs. He blew them up. He sent one packing. He put one through a blender or some shit. Like, Willy Wonka was a sick fuck. You know what I mean? Like, he keeps giving you reasons. It's like a serial killer who wants to get caught.
That is the best point I've heard about this, and I never thought about it.
That he throws it up
those
in
are called
face?
Easter eggs. People.
No, like because
they do it to Captain America.
I don't give him credit for being that smart.
Gee, I've told you that a million times.
Yeah, I never thought about
He married Aaliyah. Aaliyah was what, 15?
15.
Yeah.
He wrote her first single was called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
I'll do you one better because you missed something. When he did that song Vibe, at the end of Vibe, he starts shouting out all these people who have that vibe, meaning they can catch it. And Aaliyah was about 12, 13 years old then, and he says Aaliyah's got that vibe.
Lord have
if I'm
mercy.
lying, I'll send you to Thailand. Let's run these receipts.
How old did the girl? How old do the girls have to be to sleep with him in Thailand?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't participate in that. I'm a married man.
But I agree. I agree. Justice should be served. I just don't want to treat him like a rapist.
He is though.
He's not though.
He's a form of a rapist. There's levels to rape. He's a form of a rapist.
Is date rape in your mind?
Yes.
Okay.
And what he was doing was a form of rape. That's why I call it
If someone has mental deficiencies,
sure,
and they get taken advantage of by someone who's older who has their faculties, is that rape in your mind?
Sure.
Okay, so if someone is more mature, has means, motive, and opportunity, as far as age goes, I'm sorry, the man is a genius. He might not be able to read and write, but he's a genius, and he knew good and hell well what he was doing.
Absolutely.
That's why I do agree.
If in fact someone who has that has everything that you like, I mean, even some more did a joke about getting young boys, and she would sit up there and say, "I got that Madden 2000. I got that Madden. I sat outside the Chuck E. Cheese talking about I got that Madden 2000." You see what I'm saying? If you know how to entice, my point is real quick. My point is, if you know how to entice somebody and you create an environment where it's comfortable, it might not feel like
we
rape.
created the environment.
Yeah, we did. Absolutely, we did.
But
we allowed him to do that, and we allowed him to create an environment that enticed those young girls to come in.
And he would tell women, "I'll give you a record deal. I'll put you on." Like
yes, he did.
Yes,
he did. He's known for that.
I'm not.
And the
I'm
record
not
label.
disagreeing.
I talked to the record label in 2000.
No, listen,
whatever it was.
but I'm saying I'm not disagreeing that he is not wrong of crimes.
Right.
Like he deserves to be punished for. I can't say that as a criminal, but he got what he got coming to him. Just like I can have what I got coming for him. Feel me? But I don't like how our society is treating. He's not a rapist. It's a real serious word.
He's a rapist.
And by definition,
he's definitely a rapist, G. He's definitely he's not a rapist like I'll hold you down.
That's a real rapist.
No, rapist.
A day rape. If I mentally fuck with your mind, if I physically hold you down, R. Kelly took advantage of his celebrity.
That's all it's about, taking advantage of people.
No, he took advantage
taking away people's power of choice.
But he didn't take away nobody's power.
He definitely did.
No,
because they're not old enough to choose.
But that's the point.
They're not old enough to make a good choice
by a legal standard, and I agree. Even on a mental. I don't think girls could be shit. Personally, girls should not be able to choose sex till they probably 21. Because they're going to blame you for everything that happened in their life. If you fuck with them and it don't work out and everything happened, it's going to be your fault. That's something I learned about women.
Until 21?
21 is when they first start realizing like, all right, niggas ain't shit.
No, they learned that much earlier than 21.
No, their mamas told them that. Listen, look, when I have your juice box and your Lunchables ready for you. By the way, niggas ain't shit. Remember
you
that,
had to go through a little something to get some pussy back then.
I agree with that because it was a period.
Just a little.
When you was in high school,
you had to go through something to get some pussy.
Yeah, you could get over on girls crazy.
But now it's different today. Everybody looking to fuck, and that's my problem with R. Kelly. R. Kelly been making this perverted ass music, and I call it perverted this whole time. We've played it, we supported it, we played it, we act like it was cool, we did it all. And when little girls started liking him and a little Johnny started to tickle at that age, he didn't know when to say no, and he should go to.
Here's the thing.
So you say he needs to go to rehab?
Here's the thing. R. Kelly, let's be clear about somebody like R. Kelly. R. Kelly was fucking underage girls before he was a star.
Sure.
So like, let's not go blame it on his music and little girls liking him. That's what he does. He's got some type of tick.
Sure, something wrong with it.
Where he likes young girls.
And that's my point. But I also, like I said, I just want to be clear on what's really going on. Again, don't get under these comments and be like, man, G just defending a pedophile. I'm not. I'm telling you, he's not a pedophile by definition. By definition. So let's not compare him to somebody sleeping with a 3-year-old because it's a little different when somebody goes through their menstrual cycle. When they start looking towards God.
Let me ask you this. If you had to write a record called R. Kelly Must Die, and it was from the perspective of one of those young girls, what would it be?
Spit these bars, G.
What would the empathy be? What would your angle be?
It would be hard because I know that they want to give him vagina.
Well, no, I'm gonna tell you why.
Still talking about this.
I really came up here to talk about business.
I took a
and to
whole
talk about this damn Tazz versus
Schulz story. We're about to get off this in 1 second, but these women are older now. And they know that they were taken advantage of when they were younger.
They really?
Yes, that's why they're doing the Surviving R. Kelly
but that was only one girl underage in that whole doc. Right now with Sparkle Jr., and again, don't take this personal like you are, but Sparkle Jr., that was the best thing that ever happened to her life to this point.
The girl that got peed on?
Yes.
We don't know what she became.
She became a Chappelle skit.
Somebody else pissing on her that ain't R. Kelly.
Lord have mercy. Let's pay some bills. Glasses Malone, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying.
A whole lot of.
My God.
HBO's newest comedy is a black lady sketch show.
I'm going to pee.
Well, he got to get this out of his system, bro. He got to purge himself. HBO's newest comedy is a black lady sketch show written directed and starring black ladies. A Black Lady Sketch Show, the name of it is A Black Lady Sketch Show, is a groundbreaking new comedy series starring a core of black female women. I have to say that female women, okay? No, it's a black female cast and celebrity guests portraying dozens of dynamic characters and hyper versions of themselves in a magical reality. This hilarious series is not afraid to go there and explore culturally relevant themes, including social norms, anxiety, religion, sex, dating, and relationships. When a Black Lady Sketch Show debuts, it will feature numerous firsts. The first all-black women's writer's room, the first black women's sketch show director, and the first sketch series cast comprised entirely of black women. A horror movie about dry skin and aliens stealing dance moves, a viral proposal going wrong, and an invisible spy are just a few drop-dead funny sketches set to debut in season 1, starring Robin Thede, Quinta Brunson, Ashley Nicole Black, and Gabrielle Dennis, and guest starring Issa Rae, Angela Bassett, Laverne Cox, and many more. A Black Lady Sketch Show airs this Friday night at 11 p.m. only on HBO.
I want to salute my people at Audible. You know I love Audible books. I just got into Audible books. You know what made me get into Audible books? Podcasts. Because I'm like, I never used to want to listen to Audible books because I felt like I just wanted to read and, you know, I like touching the paper and I like the feel of a book. And I still do. But I want to get through a lot of books fast, so I end up using Audible, okay? Listening makes us smarter, more connected to people, okay? It makes us better partners, parents, and leaders. And there's no better place to start listening than Audible. Audible is where so many inspiring voices and compelling stories open listeners up to new experience and ways of thinking. Audible members now get more than ever before. Members choose 3 titles every month. 1 audiobook plus 2 Audible originals that you can't hear anywhere else, all right? Members also have unlimited access to more than 100 audio-guided fitness and meditation programs. And Audible delivers bestsellers like Black Privilege, Opportunity Comes to Those Who Create It. You know what I'm saying? Actually won an award from Audible the year that book came out. I forgot what the award was, but thank you. Business, self-improvement, memoirs, and more. All professionally narrated by actors, authors, and motivational superstars like Rachel Hollis, David Goggins, and Mel Robbins. For all you Marianne Williamson lovers, okay? You can go get Healing of America, too. That's her book, came out in 97. Audible members can also get free access to the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and Washington Post delivered daily to the Audible app. All right? With the convenient app, you can listen to Audible books anytime, at the gym, while commuting, on the go, and on any device. And it'll always pick up right where you left off. Okay? Why spend a week or 2 reading a book when you can get through a book in 7 hours with Audible, man? Audible also offers free and easy audiobook exchanges, credits you can roll over for a year, and a library you keep forever, even if you cancel. Explore all the ways listening on Audible can help improve your mind, body, and soul with entertainment, information, and inspiration, okay? Start listening with a 30-day Audible trial, and your first audiobook plus 2 Audible originals are free. Visit audible.com/idiots or text idiots to 500-500. That's audible.com/idiots or text idiots at 500-500.
Makes me think of an interesting conversation that's happening right now.
Insert the quote. Matter of fact, I'm going to read the quote, but we're going to insert it.
But it's important. All right, you want to read it? Or I'll just talk about it until you get it?
I want to read it because I don't know if they read it yet. Because I don't want to explain it wrong.
Okay.
Hold on.
Basically, and as you get it up, basically they're having a conversation about parents letting their kids decide what gender they are at, let's say the age 3, and then starting to give them hormones. You got it. You got it?
He said, look,
I'm never one to tell anyone how to parent their kids, obviously. And I always say, if you come from a place of love, you really can't go wrong. But at the same time, my God, if you're 3 years old and you're saying you're feeling a certain way, or you think you're a boy or a girl, whatever the case may be, I just think it's dangerous as a parent to make that determination then, okay, well, then you're going to be a boy or a girl, whatever the case may be. And it's sort of alarming, and my gosh, I just think about the repercussions later on.
If that isn't the most reasonable fucking reaction.
I don't know what he said wrong.
I'm telling you,
this
we
is
live
so
in a world
absurd.
where it's like that.
It is so absurd that, and this is what it really comes down to, is the parents are doing this for the kids. I really, truly think on some level, and they might not be aware of it, but they're doing it because they want to showcase how progressive they are as people. And they're not even considering what it might do to the kid. At 3 years old, a kid does not know what the fuck he wants.
There's nothing we let a 3-year-old do without adult supervision and adult consent. At 3, I make the decisions for my child at 3.
Bro, I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? You might let him eat what do you want to eat? But
I want candy. No, you gonna have brocclosy.
My
I want a dick. No.
What?
You gonna have
candy
vagina.
is in this equation. Candies equal dicks.
That's my point.
Wait,
What? That candy equals dicks?
No, hell no.
What?
The new name of the show, Candy Equals Dicks. What?
I don't know what's happening.
What
No.
the fuck?
I just came in here to talk about business.
That was just a left.
I don't even know what's going
Like, I
on.
want to show everything.
It's serious. Like, and then it's at 3. Like, when does this shit stop? Like, sometimes somebody got to be reasonable.
Nah, I agree.
It is. I think it's absolutely.
And by the way,
And somebody cussing him out right now, probably like, you can't say that.
Oh.
If somebody's 3, they know who they are. This is what it feels like every time you
Think about what we
challenge
thought
my
we were at
thought.
3 years old. Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles. I mean, we thought we were all these things at 3 years
Some
old.
heavy shit at 3, bro.
Yeah.
So you have to let a parent make certain decisions for a kid for their well-being
Until they mature.
Until they mature.
And all the headlines are fucked up.
Oh,
like
that's-
NBC News, Mario Lopez says it's dangerous for parents to support transgender kids.
Come
He
on,
didn't say
That's not what
that.
he said.
Come
He did
on,
not
dude.
say that. He never said anything of this sort. He didn't say that. By the way, if your kid comes to you at 3 and the kid goes, if it's a little boy, and it's like, hey, I'm a girl. If a kid comes to you, a girl, and says, hey, I'm a boy. All right. What I'm supposed to, I don't even know, they're 3.
Yo.
What am I supposed to say to them?
Son,
I'm not
kids-
going to discourage them. I'm going to be like,
All right, good.
hey,
Keep doing that. We'll see how you
what's
feel
up?
next
yeah,
year.
let's watch some. Let's play some. Watch SpongeBob. I don't know.
I'm
Like,
telling y'all, that's
What does that even mean to be
that's this
a girl at
bullshit
3?
world.
What are you doing at 3 as a girl? You're doing the same shit as a dude does.
he's
Exactly.
wearing a dress.
It's an absurd.
No,
It's an
for real.
absurd idea.
Yeah.
Even dresses are an absurd idea. Dresses it's a social construct, right? It's like you go to certain parts of the world. There is no difference in the way they dress. Go to a poor community. You're wearing what you have, right? So this is like an absurd. It's an absurd notion that we're like breaking the shit up, and then to criticize a guy and call for his job when he's saying the most reasonable
thing
fucking
you
thing.
can say under the
Dude, I think
circumstances.
it's child abuse if you're pumping your 3-year-old kid full of hormones
now
to
that's
switch their
crazy.
gender.
Now that's
dog.
my.
That's a
Now that's
great
my
point.
thing. Now anybody that's going that far. But a 3-year-old,
Come on,
that's child abuse.
That's wild. Get the kid some time. You know what I'm saying? I got a 3-year-old at home, right?
So this is perfect.
Very aware. She's very aware. Like she'll say things to me. I don't like boys, but she'll be talking about me. You know what I'm saying? If I try to kiss, I don't like boys. This and that. All right, cool. I'm not going to say, oh yes, you gotta like boys.
Yeah.
That was her thing. She's 3. That's her opinion.
But
I
you
don't like
let her
boys, she's
do
3.
that. It's not like you go, okay, she's a lesbian. Let me put her in softball.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Softball is lesbian.
listen, you know what I'm saying? You don't
Let
lean
me let her
into
watch
that.
Set It Off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get your
Which
Cleo
one of
on.
these do you identify with on the screen? Which one of these
I like
characters?
the queen.
Like she's 3.
Right.
Yo.
It's an absurd thing that we're doing, and it just goes back to what we were talking about earlier. People just need some sort of purpose. They need some sort of distraction. Like if you're leaning into that and then criticizing the people that are being most rational, like
But I also wonder how many people actually heard what he said as opposed to read the headlines
That's
and
not-
saw
not
what
this-
everybody
not
else
this society.
was saying.
It's
Because if
easy.
you actually heard what he said, there's no way you could be mad at that.
and some of them are, dude. Some of them listen to the whole interview. I agree with you 1,000%. But some of them watch the whole interview. It's only 3 minutes. That little clip's 3 minutes. So it's not like you have to watch this big thing. They watch it and they were still upset because they so vehemently believe that you should be able to switch a kid's gender at that age. And
But
it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. That's what happened when
you're
Drake
burying
and J.
kids,
Cole leads in gangster rap.
Doug, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is
It's
crazy.
just unreasonable.
This might be crazy, but like,
Are you saying
I
they're
don't.
trans gangster?
No, I'm just.
Oh my God.
Why not?
Hold on,
New
hold
name
on.
of the episode, Trans Gangster.
Why not?
But just back to, it's like on some level, it's like, you know that there are these people that like they're putting like makeup and shit on their young kids. They're letting their young kids wear makeup. Like that's weird to me.
That's
dude.
weird.
Like
Yo.
why are you sexualizing a fucking child, man? It's just odd. You got a 10-year-old. You're letting a 10-year-old wear fucking heels and makeup. What world do we live in where a 10-year-old?
I think 10 can wear heels.
For
Not
what?
Not super high heels.
Put some
Like
fucking
kitten heels,
Jordans
Charlamagne?
on.
Yeah, little kitten heels.
Kitten heels is okay?
That's why they're kittens.
Yo, can I tell you something? I've never said this ever before.
Heels are for
publicly.
cats.
No, not kitten
Jesus
heels.
Christ.
No.
When I was 5 years old, right? I was 4 going on 5. I was in
Don't
kindergarten.
tell me you
early.
wore heels, bro.
Yo, come on.
So there was this. Listen, hear me out. This is important.
Nah, we need to know.
We'll
What
tell
were
the
them
truth.
heels made
All
out
right,
of?
no. First of all, right? There was a Halloween. There was a Halloween. There was a Halloween. There was a Halloween contest at my elementary school, and the prize was that Castle Grayskull for He-Man.
Yes.
So my mom and my aunt got together. Like, oh, we gonna win this shit.
Okay.
So they sat up there and they sewed up a costume. It was a dress, and they turned me to strawberry shortcake. I fooled everybody.
Did you win?
Yeah, I won that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, all day. Castle Grayskull all
Strawberry
day.
shortcake is cool though.
Yeah, strawberry shortcake is cool, but the thing of it was, like, it did not make me want to be a person wearing. I never wore a dress again.
You might not have got enough compliments in that dress either, though, Taz.
I fooled the entire school. The teacher didn't even recognize.
But were they
bro.
saying you look good though? If they were like, "Yo, you look good in that dress," you probably would want to wear more dresses.
I was told I was a beautiful little girl for a boy.
That's what I'm saying.
I got that
For a boy though. That's like
for a boy, like why can't I just be?
That's
Why
what I
can't I just
mean.
be a
If they
person
just been
in
giving it up
a
to you,
dress, being
yo.
black strawberry shortcake,
got-
with the strawberry freckles and all? Like
when I used to
the
get my
male version of strawberry
when I used to get my eyebrows arched, right?
Yeah.
When I was like, when I was like early 20s.
Yeah.
Got them arched for a woman. A woman gassed me up. You would look so good with arched eyebrows. You know who arches their eyebrows? Tupac arches his eyebrows. I'm like, for
Wait,
real?
what?
Yeah, she's showing me, and I'm like,
Tupac arched his eyebrows.
And wore Versace. It's a lot.
no.
of
I'm
things
gonna tell you. So I went to the barbershop.
People have a lot of weird, like, but you know, you gotta think that's fresh off the Prince
Hold
era.
on. I want to hear this story. I want to hear
Go ahead,
this story.
Charlamagne.
We fresh off the
I'm
Prince
riveted.
era.
Go.
You know,
Arch your
you doing
eyebrows.
this for vagina.
Yeah. But so I went to the barbershop, told barber, arch my eyebrows. My barber like, arch your fucking eyebrows. I'm like, yeah, arch my eyebrows. Like, you want your eyebrows arched? I'm like, yeah. So I had them thin-ass eyebrows, right? Some thin-ass little fucking arch shit. I wore them shit for like 2 months. You know why? Because girls was telling me I look good in that shit.
Because girls-
your
everybody
eyebrows
like
look better
girls.
than mine.
Yeah.
Listen,
I like
if
your
women
eyebrows.
all got together tomorrow and said, "Listen, we about pirate motifs," you see so many dudes chopping off their legs and getting a parrot.
That's
As
what I'm
you should.
saying.
Men do what gets them laid. Like,
100%.
all the time.
That's why
That's
we
it.
wear skinny jeans and baggy jeans, whatever jeans we see.
Not we.
Some of us.
I see
My
what you're
big
saying
ass
about
ain't
the
wearing no
Prince
skinny
era,
jeans. They
though.
don't make
That's
skinny
on the
jeans for
real.
big
Because
dudes.
Prince, Rick James, all of those
Them
guys
dudes
were
changed the game.
they were gender fluid. If you're really being honest,
Yeah.
They
were.
were original for that.
Yeah, and we'll take your check.
in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
Rick James was smashing them, boy.
Rick was
Rick
shit.
James was the real MVP.
So that's my point. That's what I've been saying.
Can
this
I
whole
ask
time.
you about certain things and see if you believe in them or like what your take is?
Sure.
Okay. Dinosaurs.
what?
Why not?
Yes?
Yeah.
100% down.
I mean, it's something that I really ain't did enough research, so I would have to be vaguely sure. I've seen enough movies.
Oh, this man's a lawyer.
I'm just saying I can't
Right.
Yeah, I never researched it. Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
We got to have him back in a month after he's done
it's
dinosaur
crazy.
research. I
People,
want to hear this
I've
shit.
had this conversation with people about dinosaurs, and it's wild to me that people don't agree with dinosaurs.
You
Like,
drive a car that operates off of fossil fuels. What the fuck?
go to Cabo and watch the whales in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, watch them
Where
big
does
ass
this rich
shit
Negro
jumping
shit
out
come
of
from?
the-
You hear that shit?
You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, and why you can see that and not
I
believe
don't
in the
understand
dinosaur?
what makes so crazy to believe in
What about
dinosaurs.
UFOs?
Yeah, that's aliens for sure, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, not even thought.
You guys all believe aliens?
100%.
How can you not?
Man, it's all this
Like
space.
you look at the way humanity, we go from caves to carts to horses to cars to microwaves to cell phones. A computer in the 50s took like 10 people to carry. Now it's more in this than was in the daggone moon landing. Whether or not the moon landing happens is a whole nother
that didn't
conversation.
happen.
You don't believe in moon landing?
That didn't happen.
I'm questioning the moon landing now.
I think
as
Kubrick
get
did it.
older.
That didn't happen.
I think we landed. I think that it's possible they recreated the video because they didn't have a video that was good. But I do think they went up there.
They didn't do it because they went back.
Well, not once you go and nothing's
back a
there.
bunch of times,
No,
didn't
they haven't went back. They've been sending stuff, but they haven't went back. They haven't sent another person back.
Yeah, I mean, they have videos of the moon now, like roving videos that
Yeah, but they
yeah.
got satellites that are closer. No, that didn't happen. Not at all. 100% that didn't happen. They didn't land on the moon. No.
I would like to know what happens if you used to stay there. Like if you just stand there when it's like setting and rising and shit.
What
The moon.
Yeah.
Wait, like what? What do you mean?
Oh, it doesn't go down; it just rotates.
The Earth rotates. The Earth rotates.
Yeah, my
Does the Earth set?
I got you though. It's close
like an elevator.
Oh, wow.
It's like an
See,
elevator.
Australia
That
right
go
now.
up and
When it
down.
pop up, and you own it. Niggas
Like, can you imagine
It
that
rotates.
shit?
I forgot it
Baby,
rotates.
No, I
Let's
see
make
it
love and watch the
because
earth
it does
rise.
feel like it should be.
Yeah. I forget it rotates. It does rotate.
Second floor. Sunrise.
Nah, dude, the moon landing is some fluff.
I swear I came on here to talk about business.
Oh man,
The moon landing didn't happen though. Moon landing didn't happen.
I question the moon landing.
That's fluff.
That's
I know,
it.
brother. That's fluff.
Bro, no, that was not
more questions for Glasses?
I thought we were gonna get something big with dinosaurs, bro. I really thought. I thought he was gonna be like, well, that's what
Dinosaurs
Mexicans
seem
used to
like-
look like
Glasses Malone
before.
got too much sense to be a flat earther. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that don't even.
You a flat earther?
No, I said he's got too much sense. See, why you
When
trying
you
to start
fly in a
beef?
plane,
I'm not gonna get shot.
that kind of debunks that for me because it take longer to get here than it does to. It take longer to go home than it does to get here.
Yes.
That's for sure
so
a telling
it can't be
sign.
flat.
So we all agree Mario Lopez wasn't wrong.
Dude, not at all.
And if you disagree with him, can you just have a civil conversation with him?
But
can you sit down and school him as to why maybe a 3-year-old is able to determine what their gender identity is? Can you, instead of just canceling him and all kind of, we want Saved by the Bell pulled out of syndication? Like,
Wait, what?
No, they're not
coming.
willing to. What do those parents say to their kid when their kid goes, I don't want to go to school? Do they just go, oh, I guess you don't go to school?
Yeah.
Like, at what point do you stop listening to your kid because it's for your kid's benefit? Because clearly you're going to make decisions for your kid for the next, until they're 18 years old.
I told my daughter this morning, my daughter's 11 years old. She was at camp. They did a test for deep water swimming.
Yeah.
She didn't pass the test, even though she can swim in deep water, but she didn't pass the test. So they was like, okay, you got to wear a life jacket. She's defiant. She's like, I'm not wearing no life jacket. If I can't swim without a life jacket, I ain't swimming. Okay, cool. But guess what? I tried to explain to her this morning. You made a choice. You made a decision. And it wasn't a good decision. And the reason it wasn't a good decision because you wanted to get in the water without a life jacket when there are adults there that are your counselors who are saying, no, you need a life jacket because we don't want anything to happen to you.
Right.
So they made a good decision for her based off what they saw because she's only 11 and not capable of making all the best choices yet. So imagine a 3-year-old.
Bro, can you believe we're having this conversation?
No, I can't.
What has
I really
happened
can't.
to America?
I really can't.
Where the adults have to.
I want everybody to look at it from this perspective. People fear what they don't understand.
Right.
So he does not
I have
understand
a real
it.
fear of pedophiles. That
I can
is
see- I agree.
weird as shit to
I see
me.
that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm really specific back to that about who we call one. Because I can't turn that off. I can't, I don't have that hate, but I am so confused as to what's going on. And I don't like feeling confused. I'm very, I've never said I dislike Tupac. I never said I hate Tupac. I never said
You definitely got Tupac
disrespect.
phobia,
I have no Tupac. Tupac is fucking awesome. I Get Around is top 5 awesome songs of all rap songs.
Without a doubt.
Feel me? I have no, but that don't mean I can't understand other people's situation involving this person. That don't mean that, as far as basketball, LeBron James, if you're critical over LeBron James, oh, you hate LeBron, you're a hater. It's like, no, I think Larry Bird is better right now. He has to prove he's better. Oh, no, you don't hate him just because he... It's simple. I'm giving you words. I'm not
You don't
using
think
my
LeBron better than
feelings.
Larry Bird?
No.
I think he got Bird.
Bro, he got Bird.
He got
How?
Bird.
I think he got Bird.
He got Bird. He don't got Jordan yet.
He ain't got
That's
Jordan.
not
He don't
even-
got Kobe.
He's not a shooting guard. He's not any... Why is he better than Larry Bird? And what is he better than Larry Bird at?
He's more athletic than Bird.
That's not a
He's
real
a better
talent.
passer.
That's a gift.
And Bird was a great passer. He's a better passer.
Bird was a great passer, though. That's it. That's
I
interesting.
just think Bron's better. Bron's a better
more
player.
dominant, and I
Yeah.
think
How is he more dominant? He's been in the league for 17 years and only won 3 titles.
How many
Bird
titles
only won
Bird
3.
got?
Yeah.
Without 17 years of health.
13.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's
No, Bird had what, 10 years?
I mean, you do have to
13.
adjust
No,
for
Bird did 13.
supplements and the
13.
time and strength and conditioning.
So my point is,
over
if you have 17 available years, you can't get 4 titles. I don't judge basketball like everybody else. I'll never compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan. They play shooting guard, small forward, not to Magic. It's a point guard, not to Tim Duncan. That's a power forward.
I
You only
think,
have to be more accomplished and more winning than Larry Bird.
I'll give it up to LeBron. He's the greatest small forward of all time.
I don't know how.
He is. He's better than Pippen. He's better than Pippen and Bird are the two
Well,
best.
he
to me.
passed Pippen for sure, so he's still a top 10
I
player.
think he's past Bird. I think he's a
I'm
better.
asking you why.
I think he's a better scorer. I think that he's a better scorer. He's not a better shooter, but I think he's
not a better
scorer.
scorer because he doesn't have more ways to score the ball than Larry
No,
Bird.
but he can get buckets.
Isn't it just put the ball in the hole?
It's just put the ball in the hole.
regardless of who it is?
I think he's
That's
a
my point.
better.
So
You don't think LeBron got more ways to score than Bird?
No.
He's a better rebounder.
Larry Bird
without
is
a
a more
doubt.
diverse scorer.
Bird didn't have a
Everywhere
million
else.
moves.
Look.
He had a million moves, a better jump shot, and could finish just as well.
No,
Just
stop.
He didn't finish as well as LeBron.
LeBron is a better finisher. He's a better defender. He's a
agree
better
with that.
passer. He's a better
Not a better
rebounder.
passer.
He's a better
He's not
rebounder
a better
for
rebounder,
sure.
for sure.
A better rebounder.
He's never averaged 10 rebounds. Larry Bird has averaged 10 rebounds, probably 5 or 6 seasons.
Let's look
Y'all
at
gotta stop with these
statistics.
lies.
Let's look at statistics.
I never looked at
What is going on?
I just think LeBron's better because I got eyes.
No, you think LeBron better because he
Wow.
could jump high and run fast.
I just think he's better than Bird.
No, you
and Bird
think
is a beast.
No, you think he's better because he could jump higher and run faster. But that's the problem. That does not make you great at basketball. It just means you run high. you
LeBron
run
James
fast,
got
jump
he
high.
got Karl Malone body with like Scottie Pippen skills.
Then where is the fucking rings?
He got 3. I mean, listen.
They both have 3 rings.
They both
That's
got
the
3.
problem.
many-
You got to pass this man.
Larry had
for me.
13 seasons. LeBron has 16 so far.
No, unhealthy. LeBron has been healthy 16
Larry's
seasons.
last
3
Two
years.
were real bad. 2 or 3 were real
LeBron had
bad.
13 playoff appearances. Bird had 12 in his 13.
How many finals
So that means
appearances?
his percentage
15
in the
All-Star
finals
games
were
goes to LeBron versus Larry's 12. Four MVP season MVP goes to LeBron. LeBron is a 3-time Finals MVP versus Larry Bird at 2. LeBron has 12 NBA All-Star
Brown
first
killed him
team.
in stats.
You know what I mean? Like when you talk numbers, if we're just talking numbers and not emotional and fan,
but listen,
LeBron is murdering him.
But,
head to head.
that's only. But I'm gonna tell you why.
So now we're gonna throw up
if
the
you're
numbers?
counting 16, no, I'm saying if you're counting 16 years, Larry Bird has never not made the playoffs. Ever.
That's not true because
first year in the league, he didn't
his
make
first
the
year in the league, he did not make the playoffs.
Yes,
because
he did.
He didn't.
No, he
Here's his
didn't.
stats.
He was in college his first year in the playoffs. He made the playoffs the first year.
He was what?
So let me tell you how it worked.
Wait, what?
Glasses ain't no joke. Glasses said he was in college his first year in
He
playoffs.
got drafted and had to go back to college. See, nobody knows this happened. See, this is a bar for you niggas.
He got drafted and went back to college.
He got
Glasses
drafted
Malone, we got
once and
bars.
went back to college. People didn't know that used to happen. Larry Bird took the Celtics from
Bird played 13 seasons in the league.
Yes, right. But he
But
only
he
played,
went to the playoffs
12 times.
Listen, what I'm saying, that was his last year. But let me get
No,
to
he
the
went to
point.
the playoffs his last year because I remember that game. He
His
lost
first year,
he lost to the Pistons, I think, his last season.
first year in the NBA, he won 61 games. He took the Celtics. He was the only change from 29 wins to 61 wins. Verify that. Larry Bird is a fantastic small forward.
No one's denying that.
Listen.
No, he's top 3.
His time in the NBA, right? He maximized his time more than LeBron James
Can I ask
as a
something?
winning player. Yeah.
So points per game, 27.2 on average for LeBron, 24.3 for Larry.
Take their best season. Don't take it because you're talking about somebody played 3 seasons that went against their averages.
Yeah, but this is something that people don't realize.
Can we just talk total
Staying
points
healthy is part of the game. If you can't stay healthy,
Now we're talking about the best ability is availability.
of course,
Then that's his point.
That's part of the game.
But I'm saying now you
LeBron
have
is
to-
more available.
But now you have to maximize the opportunity of being there.
At what point do we just take the best year of someone's career and then go, well, I guess they're better than this guy because this year they average this?
Well, I'm not going to reduce it down to that. Let's talk about
But you are
Larry.
reducing it because
No.
you're knocking a few years off of. If you're going to knock 3 years off of Larry,
I'm
why
not
don't we
go-
knock the 3 worst years off of LeBron and then we'll just look at LeBron's
because
stats
he
that
actually
inflate
was
even
healthy
more.
every year he played.
Who says LeBron's not healthy? LeBron?
LeBron wasn't healthy last year.
So-
You can knock that off. You can knock
Well, they
that
didn't
off.
make the playoffs, so
He
it's
still
not
averaged 27
My
last
point
year.
is, you're willing to take 3 years off of Larry, so let's
I'm
take
not
3 of the
taking
worst years
I'm
off
not
of
taking
Bird.
3 years off of Larry.
I mean, LeBron.
I'm not taking 3 years off of Larry or giving 3 years to LeBron. What I'm telling you is if you're in the NBA, the ultimate goal is to win. If you have 17 years available to you and you can't outwin someone that had 13 years available.
So you're basing this off winning percentage, not skill set.
That's the key. Well, skill set is not even close.
So here's what I would say.
Larry
and
Bird
we
is a
can
more
look
skilled
up-
player than
Nah,
LeBron
I
James.
don't agree with that.
We
Larry
can look
Bird
up.
is a more
the
skilled, a
stats,
better
even if we're talking
rebounder.
about numbers and we're talking about points and all that, even if you just compare their best season, LeBron is smoking it. 31.4 points per game versus 29.
LeBron greatest small forward of all time, bro.
Like you can't argue the numbers if we're just talking
That's
about
the
their
score.
best
Now,
season.
what's their best score? What's the best rebounding?
Rebounds?
Bird out-rebounds
Bird
him.
out-rebounds him 11,
And LeBron
11 to
out-assists
8.6.
him.
And LeBron out-assists him, yeah.
Okay, so at that point, is winning is the last conversation. They're both in the same conversation. Winning.
won the same
So if
amount.
that's the case, listen, I kind of agree with you.
Fourth ring.
When it comes,
I'm demanding a fourth ring.
I'm
I
with
am
you.
demanding to pass Larry Bird. That's not
So he's
crazy.
gotta get
I don't
He's
think
got-
that's
he's
crazy.
gotta get
I had the
more
same
rings
argument
than
with LeBron versus Jordan.
So if that's the case,
That's not
Scotty,
even
if
the
that's the case, Scotty Pippen's the greatest small
Some
forward of all
people
time.
don't. I hate it.
He's not the lead of the team. So I understand that. He's not the lead of the team.
Scotty was not. He's not like he was like a
Scotty was-
sidekick.
No, yeah.
He really wasn't.
He
was a
shouldn't be
sidekick.
respected.
Not
as
really.
what he is.
He's a sidekick.
The reason I say Scotty wasn't a sidekick because when Jordan was gone, they won 55 games and went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And you know what?
100%.
Yo, wait. And during that time, do you know what Pippen did? He put up his foot because he had a Jordan. He had on the Jordans, and he was like, "Come back."
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because Robin couldn't cut it in Gotham without Batman all the way.
Well, and it's the
I don't
same
think he was.
thing
I
as
don't think
saying-
he was.
Listen. Michael Jordan, LeBron James,
sidekick.
and Larry Bird all play the same towards their team. They're the center of the universe. So that's why I compare them. My thing with LeBron James, more time available. The ultimate goal is winning.
Right.
So
LeBron
I'm
won
asking,
more.
No, you have to win 4 titles.
So here's my question.
What about going
Does
to the
it
finals
only
9 times?
Does it only count
No,
when
10.
you
How
win
many-
the title?
How many times he went to the finals?
It
10,
only
right?
matters when you win a title at this level.
I'm
What
not
about the
sure.
10
I
finals?
understand.
10 finals appearances in
9,
17
and
years.
9, and I'm not going to hold it against him that he lost 6.
But he went 9 times.
Exactly, because
But I would
going
have to-
still
but-
matters
but if
because
I-
Larry Bird didn't go certain years. You're not punishing him for the years that he
That's
didn't
why I'm
go.
not going to punish LeBron for losing the years he went.
Right.
It's all about winning.
So they've won the same amount, and LeBron's stats are better, therefore he's better.
No, he has to win more. His stats are because he's been in the NBA more.
He has one more though.
No, he hasn't won more titles.
Not ring counts.
That's the win.
No. The stats are better with however many years you want to cut it. He has better stats.
Again, I'll tell you this again.
What's
If you
Pippen
take
what's
their
Pippen
best,
stats and Bird stats?
that's different. That's like 17 and Pip like
I got-
17,
I got
18,
this,
19.
producer.
But the point I'm saying is, Andrew, I demand a fourth ring. I demand either a scoring title, like you top cap, you give me a fourth title, or you give me 5 MVPs.
Right.
You give me something
got
that's
4.
separates. That's not enough.
How many Bird don't have 4?
Yeah, that's 2.
That's what I'm saying. Bron got
But
4.
I'm saying, if you have 5
Yo.
more years available,
Okay,
it
here's
matters.
a separate
and Bron could have
conversation.
won it like 10 times. After a while, he was like, we can't keep giving it to him every year. Same shit they used to do to Jordan.
I want to throw this out. This is a totally separate conversation, but I had a conversation with a very funny comic from LA. His name is Jack Knight. We were in Montreal for this comedy festival, Just Relax Comedy Festival, and we're just riffing. He brought up a very funny thing. And he goes, Trump got Trump got no jobs for the people he promised to get jobs for, and tons of jobs for the people that he didn't intend on getting jobs for. So the coal miners and that kind of shit, they're not getting a job. The factory workers, they still haven't gotten their jobs. But we have a Black Lady sketch show on HBO. We got tons of
Trump
minority.
didn't get that.
It's some might say it's a
Sure, it's a reflection
reflection.
of him
It's the
being
Batman effect.
It's
the Batman effect.
right.
When Batman put on the cape and the cowl, and all of a sudden you wind up penguins and killer clowns and women dressing up as BDSM cat women.
Boy, if you vote for Donald Trump because he got Robin Thede to show, you're crazy.
No, not because you vote for it. It's unintentional.
Salute to Robin Thede. Love her. by
This is
the
what
way.
he's saying. It's the unintentional effect. But what happens is you have this guy in the office that is looked at as this racist and homophobe and all these
I
things.
see what you're saying.
So then you see in entertainment,
He
it's
made people embrace
reflected.
diversity more.
Boom.
Yeah, I got you.
Exactly. So I thought it was a really funny fucking take, and I was like, you got to do this as a bit. But what an interesting take that the exact opposite effect could happen.
That goes to your point too about parents. When you say parents want to come off as progressive when it comes to their 3-year-olds.
100%.
So it's like executives too. Like they prove I'm not a Trump supporter.
The show is the kid.
I'm not racist.
Look how many Muslim trans people I made a show about.
Yeah.
Boom. Exactly. But interesting thoughts.
Just keep Trump in for another forum. Get this late night talk show. Ain't no late up black guys in late night. sounds like an evening stream to me.
That was always going to be a task anyway.
What?
Factories and coal.
Coal miners. We know that. We knew that was never coming back.
Always gonna be
But
a problem.
it is interesting how it ended up.
That's like
working
trying to
out.
convince somebody that like sleeping with a 15-year-old is okay. Like it's not happening.
Don't look at me. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying if you sleep with a 15-year-old, you didn't rape her.
All right, finding the right freelancer for your business.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it's against the law.
Let's pay some bills.
just
Glasses
saying.
Malone is his name, ladies and gentlemen.
just
He comes
saying.
in hot.
Y'all don't
All right.
even agree?
No, at all.
So if you sleep with a 15-year-old girl, you raped her even if she-
Yes. It's statutory rape.
I agree. It's a statutory violation of the law. Statutory rape means your parents didn't approve.
Whose parents?
That's what statutory means. Your parents didn't approve.
No, not yours. The girl's parents.
The girl's parents.
Why would you? First of all, you would never ask a parent for permission to sleep with their
Who in here
15-year-old
has ever
daughter.
asked
Let's
somebody's
stop. We're not
parents?
getting back to this.
Can you imagine
I'm
that?
stopping. I'm
Yeah, I'm
stopping
not.
it.
I just came to
with
talk
it.
about
I'm just
business.
saying, I just
Guys,
wanted to
finding the right freelancer for your business or project doesn't have to be a struggle thanks to Fiverr. Okay? Fiverr's marketplace connects businesses with freelancers who offer hundreds of digital services, including graphic design, copywriting, web programming, film editing, and more. With Fiverr, you can get what you're looking for instantly. Simply search by service, delivery time, price, reviews, and more. Then review, compare, and purchase the services you need from sellers you trust. You'll know exactly what you're paying for up front. No negotiating needed, and no transaction is complete until you're 100% satisfied with the work you receive. It's really that simple. You need an image made? Go to Fiverr, okay? You need a website cooked up? Go to Fiverr. You need some editing for a sketch you put out? Go to Fiverr. Make it happen, okay?
I use Fiverr too, and it's really good.
You do use it. No, it's good.
It's
All
good.
you and listen, if you want, this is 10% off. If you go to Fiverr.com, it's Fiverr.com, 10% off. By your first order, you just use the code IDIOTS. That's all you got to do, okay? Fiverr.com. Use the code IDIOTS. It's so easy. Don't waste any more time and get the service you deserve by going to Fiverr.com. Let's get back to the show.
All right. What else? You want to talk about business now, Taz?
Holy shit.
You finally want to talk about business?
Oh my God, dude.
Glasses Malone, man. But listen, once again,
I love Glasses Malone.
Once
What do
again,
you understand?
that's why when people hear the song, Tupac must die, Tupac deserves to die, this is Glasses all the time. This ain't
But
nothing
I don't understand
new.
what's wrong.
It's art, and people are not ready to just be objective about art.
We're not going to talk about the shit anymore. Let's talk about something else. Go.
What?
We're not talking about R. Kelly anymore.
No,
we're not
fuck
talking
R.
about
Kelly.
a lot of black people make
R.
some
Kelly's
money.
in jail.
All right, let's talk about how black people make some money. Let's go.
Hey, we had BullyCon last week, made a lot of money. A lot of black people made some money. So we gave our $15K trip to Thailand. We had a pitch competition. Had all types of.
Hey, you know what you can do in Thailand?
You know what? Jesus Christ!
I asked when you left the room.
He was not like.
What can you do in Thailand?
Because he told Glasses, he was like, if
Apparently
you,
there's-
I forgot what they
there's,
bet. He was like, I bet you a trip to Thailand. I was like, why Thailand?
Because I have a partner resort in Thailand.
Oh, got you.
Like, God damn.
I don't know what's going on.
So basically, in Thailand, there are
That's
parts
gonna be the
of
name of this
Thailand
podcast.
that have like
I don't know what's going on.
God damn. It's the new name of the show, One Night in Thailand. Anyway,
One Night in Thailand.
There's a district in Thailand where you can.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Let's keep
just
going.
move
Let's talk about
Wait a
the
minute, tell
debates,
me.
right?
I
let's
still
talk
don't know
about
what the hell is
It-
going
it-
on.
there's
Let's
just
talk-
a lot of like sex trafficking.
I had a good
Jesus.
conversation.
Oh, that's weird.
We was talking about the debates last night.
Did you watch?
What's the day? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, so it was the one that came on Tuesday night. And, you know, everybody talking about Marianne Williamson and the things she said. She had some poignant things to say about reparations.
She killed it. Oh, I seen her.
You see what I'm saying?
That
She's the most
500
searched
billion.
person on Google.
I'm voting for her.
Right? See what I'm saying?
Because she coming with the tangibles.
The tangible.
But there were no. She did. See, here's my thing. This is my exact point.
She's closer than everybody else.
She closer than your girl.
Every single person on that stage last night had plans.
No, they never said numbers. They never
Yes,
said.
they did.
She said no committee.
What are y'all
She was
talking
like, we need
about?
to just go and break bread.
You need to go ahead and.
By the way,
She's talking about she wants to actually give people money. Your girl Kamala is like, well, I think we need to study that because it's
Yeah, I'm not
complicated,
messing with her.
and we need to talk about education and
You're,
criminal justice.
you're a one issue voter.
yes.
When it comes to this, absolutely, because
Black
it's the
people,
one issue
yes,
that matters.
that's the only
to me.
thing we're going to get.
Because
One
let me be
thing.
Y'all ain't
honest.
getting that.
Yo, I'm in a room
You
full of
think
one
they gonna give y'all
percenters.
$500
Bro, you're a
trillion?
one
I'm
percenter.
working
You're a
on
one
it.
percenter.
We
Let's not
started
act
now.
like that's. Oh, come on, bro. It's the only issue that should matter to you.
That's
'cause
the
you're a
only thing that should
1%er.
matter to a black
Bro,
person is
listen,
You're a
reparations.
one
no,
percenter,
this-
Charlamagne.
this-
Let's not act like you're not.
This is my whole point with this whole conversation. We have gotten so far away from actual substance in our political arena that all we care about is moments and sound bites. I love Marianne Williamson. I've been fucking with Marianne Williamson since she was coming on Oprah in the 90s. She'd be all over Oprah Super Soul conversation. We had on the Breakfast Club way back. Like, I love her because she talks about the healing of America. All that stuff she's saying on stage about,
It's about,
dealing with your
reparation.
trauma and your
Yeah,
hurt.
sure.
She's been on that. She actually got a book called The Healing of America that's actually great.
Sure.
Came out in 97. So I like Marianne Williamson. All I'm simply saying is she gave you moments. She gave you things that sounded good. Elizabeth Warren, Senator Bernie Sanders, Mayor Pete, Tim Ryan, they were all up there talking about actual policies, legislations, Medicare, things that could possibly get through Senate. She just gave y'all things that made y'all feel good, and everybody started searching her and saying it's going viral. So my thing is, do we actually care about substance or do we care about moments?
Here's
No,
what
we
I
care
care
about the reparations.
Here's what I care about. Number one, when Japanese Americans who were born here, had businesses here, had homes and children and families, when World War II happened, they took those Japanese Americans and they put them in internment camps. When the war was over, they gave them their property back and they repaired them. They gave them money. The Native Americans who were slaughtered and everything else are still getting reparations. Some of those reparations are for treaties that were supposed to be allocated to black people. All right. So when you look at what happened here, black people were not, brought to America. They were brought to the New World and we built America. And so when I look at people talking about we need to study it, especially somebody who's black, who knows good and hell well that we're not all criminals. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do prison reform, yes, it affects me if I get arrested, but I'm not a criminal. And I didn't go to an HBCU.
What's the point? Barack Obama said we need. But Barack Obama said he didn't agree. Barack Obama said he didn't agree with it at all.
Yeah, I know.
Barack Obama was full of shit too.
That's why I said we should know.
My point is, I would rather a candidate say we're actually going to cut the check and not give me a damn. Wait, let me finish. And not give me the whole dog and pony show with Tina Hisi Coates and Danny Glover. What the fuck is Mister going to do when it comes to actual cash?
Oh no, Tina Hisi Coates is a beast with the reparations.
Yo, I like what he said, but I didn't hear anything that moved me because all they were doing on that thing was look at what it actually said. If we want to talk about words, it says to study whether or not there should be a committee formed to deal with the task of reparations.
Listen, do I think black people should get reparations? Of course, we're owed that. My point is, out of 2 hours of substantive conversation from 10 different candidates,
the only thing that matters
one
to black
soundbite
folks
from
should be
Marianne Williamson.
reparations.
That's no plan, no nothing, just Yes.
Let's do
Name me one thing specific. Name me one thing clear and specific that Kamala Harris is going to do for black people.
Kamala Harris says she wants to give what is it, $75 billion for black entrepreneurship and homeownership
That's
and HBCUs?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
matter of fact, I'll read it to you verbatim. I don't want to misquote
because
it.
I went to Temple, so an HBCU thing ain't gonna help me unless you're gonna take care of my Howard daughter. But I mean, like, I'm talking about specifically for black people because a lot of those HBCU scholarships go to Asian kids. I know because I see them moving out of my kid's dorm. You know what I mean? So, like, we got to talk actual substance.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Bill Clinton ran on free health care. He ran on Medicaid. He ran on a whole lot of promises and stuff, too. I'm not buying that.
She has a $60 billion plan, and she wants to invest it into black business owners,
That's not
historically
reparations.
black colleges.
That's not reparations. That is an influx of cash. That is not reparations. Because Native Americans specifically...
you asked me to name one plan that she has for black people. I gave it to you.
That's vague, though.
What is reparations?
How's that vague?
Reparations to me is cash, just like it was for the Native Americans, just like when Bernie Sanders says reparations for black
Native
people
Americans
is
didn't
divisive.
get cash.
They still get a check. Yes, they do.
No, Native Americans
still
get
get a check.
casinos.
They get land.
They get land. They get casinos, and they get checks.
Casinos,
And they get tax.
Bro.
And they
Here's the
get
thing.
they
They
get
get
no
checks.
taxation
They get
based
checks.
on their lands. They
And
do
they
not
get
get
checks.
checks for being Native American. They get checks for being
From-
part of the casino.
Yeah, the casino.
They get a
Yeah.
percentage based on that casino. So
I
let's
just
be
want my
specific
48
about
I'm
what
not.
we
I'm
say.
not.
And a mule.
Listen. Yes,
I want the
listen.
mule.
Y'all not gonna know what to do with a mule.
Guess what? I'll find
Listen,
the
the mule
mule.
wasn't necessary.
You're not gonna know what to do with a mule.
I want the fucking mule.
Listen,
Y'all gonna do with a mule.
I want a
That's
Maybach
Duramax
mule.
Silverado today. That's upgraded. But the thing
Thank
is,
you. Thank you, Glasses Malone, ladies
all
and
I'm
gentlemen.
simply saying
but
is-
listen,
all I'm
but the
saying is-
mule was not a part of the real deal. That became something we added on later. That's part of it, like
Right.
from reading. 48. I just want my 40 acres.
Real rap.
Just let me get
Yo,
started.
what if
then.
that's what Lil Nas' song was about the whole time?
That's not what that song's about.
All I'm simply saying is it was a 2-hour
the
debate,
mules in the back.
and that one sound bite. I don't even think y'all watched the debate.
I watched
And
part
I
of it.
watched the debate. I watched the whole
And so
thing.
that was the one take. That was the
You started all talking about Marianne Williamson. I'm here for it.
She
But
was
yeah,
the
for
most
me,
searched
the most
person
important
on
issue-
Google. Who do you think was searching her?
Everybody
Black
black.
people.
Black people.
Yes.
One bullshit. And
Because we
I'm
keep
not-
getting
I'm
lip
not
service.
even gonna call it a
Bro,
bullshit
Hillary
soundbite.
Clinton came on your show and said I had hot sauce in my bag and you let her ride on it. You didn't ask her to open her bag?
No, what I said to her was no.
said it-
Am I lying?
No.
Am I lying?
Yes, you are
Run
lying.
the tape.
No, time out.
Run the tape.
You are lying.
Somebody run the tape.
What I said to her was, this is one of those times where they're going to say you're pandering to black people.
Yeah, but did you ask her to open her bag? Because she could have
For
proved
what?
it right there.
When I'm specifically saying to you, this is one of those
And
times.
then she said, is
they're
it
gonna-
working?
What if she actually
And that's an
had-
honest answer.
Bro, that's not tangible. It's just like when her husband
so-
went on our
so-
show.
so-
and
So I should say.
sex.
So what would me saying
Hold
open
on,
the bags?
yeah, yeah.
Let me see
When
hot
Little
sauce.
Mama,
What
when
would
I
that do?
interviewed, I'll give you an
Hold
example.
on one
When-
second.
No,
Real
I want to
quick,
know
real
what
quick.
you think.
On
Me
this.
saying
On this.
in her bag,
All right.
there's hot sauce in there. What would that have done? If I was like, let me show me the hot sauce.
Because
She
at
would've
least
looked like a
she would have
liar.
she would have looked like a liar, and it would have proved it. The same way when I interviewed
Y'all
Little Mama.
believed her?
No, I didn't believe her at all. Fuck no, she's a fucking politician.
So what happens is the
That's
question
fucked
is
up. We in a
hold on,
world
hold
where
on
like
a second.
everybody like, will you believe a
No,
politician?
no. So the question was this.
And me saying to her, no, time out.
I'm-
Me
I'm-
saying to
I'm-
a
I'm
former
defending
first
you.
lady,
I'm defending you.
This is one of those
Yeah.
times they're going to say you're pandering to black people.
Right,
the
because-
shit people always say about
Let's
her.
say you said, let's see the hot sauce in your bag, right? If she does have hot sauce in the bag,
Now
then
we
she
might
does.
be talking
if
about
she
something.
doesn't, she goes, I thought you meant what is something I carry with me, like when I'm going out to eat because they might not have it.
Yes.
And now she's out of the
She
question.
didn't even have a bag.
Boom.
She came with a bag. Secret Service was sold in that bag. She had a bag.
So
Ain't
she
no
don't,
woman
so
walking
she don't
around
have the
with no
bag, but the question is a hypothetical. What is something that you have in your bag that people wouldn't know that you have?
Yes.
By saying what he says, you call out what you're thinking, which
Which is
is
she's always
are you
pandering.
pandering to black people? Saying, show me the fucking Cholula.
It's Frank's. We're black. Frank's
Show me
red
the
hot.
hot
Frank's
sauce.
Red Hot.
We're
Yeah,
black.
yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
you're supposed to be up on this show.
Texas
You
Pete.
slipping, sir.
I just started doing hot food.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All I'm simply saying
The
is
only thing black people should care about in this election is reparations.
Period.
That's the
Because
only thing
everything
that's
else
really
has
gonna
been
happen.
given.
No
bro,
way.
everything else
Everything else is
we've
gonna be a
already
general
had the
economy
dog
and
and pony
everybody else
show on
involved.
everything else.
Everything else is gonna be
Look, Bill
everybody
Clinton in
else. It's gonna be people of
1992
color.
was talking about universal health care. Did it happen?
Listen,
y'all love Bernie.
I don't love Bernie. Bernie
Y'all love
said that
Elizabeth
reparations
Warren.
was divisive while he voted for reparations for Jewish people.
So you're a one voter issue where you're
No,
only
I'm
going to
not.
vote on
It's the
for
most important
reparations?
issue to me. No, I'm not only
it's
voting
the
for
only
reparations.
issue
I'm
that
not that
matters for black
immature.
people.
Why?
Because what else is somebody going to do?
Because we
for
built
black
this country and everybody
people?
else is on our
There's
shoulders.
so many-
Back up,
What is
real
one
quick.
thing somebody
Hold on,
can do
listen,
for black
Let me tell you something.
people?
Everybody
When
talks about
did-
tangibles. I want to ask y'all something.
When did
Do y'all
Bernie
think
vote
reparations
for-
is ever going to get through to a Republican Senate? Do you think that bill is going to ever get passed?
It's a great chance it's not, right? But the point
No,
is,
it's not.
let's focus on what the only thing that should matter to us.
When did Bernie vote for reparations for Jews?
He didn't vote for it. He said that they should receive it.
Yeah, take money from another country, sure. Why wouldn't you?
No, I don't think it was. I don't know
If you're saying that reparations for black, wait. Here's my point. If you're saying that reparations are divisive for black people, why aren't they divisive for Jewish people?
It's divisive because the country in and of itself is going to pay for it. When you're saying
the country became a superpower off of my blood.
Listen,
the country became a superpower off of my blood.
The country should pay for it.
Okay.
But all I'm simply saying is, why is that the
that?
soundbite of a 2 hour
Did
debate?
America become a superpower off of your blood?
Meaning off of the blood of people who built this country, my ancestors.
HBC
A lot of people built this country.
Bro, not like black people.
Were Asians involved in it?
Of course they were involved.
Did they get counted in it?
No, they don't get counted in black reparations.
Do white people get counted in that at all? Like the white people who fought for the independence of the country, do they get counted in that?
No, because they got an army pension. We can try that again. And the first person
they didn't get an army pension.
Yes, they
you really
did.
don't know what you be talking
yes,
about.
They
were promised
On
an
top
army
of that,
pension.
the very
they got
first
1 month pay afterwards.
1 month's pay. How much pay did we get?
What are you talking about now?
How much pay did we get?
I'm just saying,
who died first in the Revolutionary War?
Governor Morris.
Who died first in the Revolutionary War? Who died first in the Revolutionary War? Not to mention, when it comes to white people, Crispus Attucks, not Atticus. Atticus is a character from Spartacus, but that's okay. Anyway, last I checked, black people are the only people in the history of this country that have fought in every war for America. Because
if you were interviewing Marianne Williamson and she said that, right?
Wait a minute. What did you just say? White people didn't fight in what war did white people not fight?
The Civil War. You remember the Confederates? I'm saying there are white people who are living now who are descended from the Confederacy who fought against the Union, which is these United States.
Okay.
Black people have consistently fought for America. We're the only people who can say that. Point blank.
What about the North?
What about the North?
What about the Union fighters in the North?
I'm not talking about the Union fighters in the North.
Are they not from America?
Oh my fucking God! So you're playing semantics with me.
What country are the $500,000?
What are we debating right now? What is this debate right now?
My whole thing is
how America works.
I do know how America works. Do you know how America was formed? Us.
Time out. What is the debate right now, though?
The debate is what I'm saying is black people are owed reparations because we are consistently American. What I'm saying to him was,
I'm not denying reparations. I'm just denying your knowledge of American history.
Oh, I know my American history. I know that the Confederates were white. Were they not?
Let me say
were the Confederates white? Yes or no?
No shit.
Okay then.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with you saying that black people are the only people who have fought in every American war. What
as
about
a whole,
the Northern whites?
As a whole.
What was that Abraham Lincoln guy? Puerto Rican?
Abraham Lincoln did not want to go down as the president. That is kind of debatable. But on top of that, Abraham Lincoln did not want to go down as the president that fucked up the country. It was not about slavery. The Civil War was not about slavery.
No, it was about states' rights.
But again,
it was about the money.
But again, I'm not mad at that. Like, I don't think
y'all ain't asking the one fundamental question. Like you would, like both of y'all. Well, you said, she brings up hot sauce, and you ask what's in her bag. Ask Marianne Williamson how she gonna get the reparations.
Now we on that. I want the plan.
Because I asked her. And you know what she said?
What?
I don't know wherever we get money from.
Can I ask a question though? When Notre Dame burned down, why is it that America could find billions for Notre Dame real quick?
For everybody.
We need to bring in a plan.
So here's the thing. When I was a young
nobody
kid,
has a plan for reparations.
When I was a young kid,
who has a plan?
Not none of the candidates.
Tone talks.
Guys.
Yeah.
You need to bring Tony here.
Or Dr. Clyde Anderson.
And get them to
listen.
Listen.
Reps
is important.
When I was a kid, there was this. A buddy told me that if we met the boat every time it came in, there was like this little ferry, and if you met the ferry every time it came, they were going to pay us $80 a week, right? All we had to do is meet it, right? And I wanted that $80 a week, so I never asked them where that money came from. I never asked them how we were going to get paid. I never asked them if we were ever going to get paid. I just knew I was getting $80 a week at the end of the summer. And the end of the summer came, I was like, bro, when are we getting $80 a week? And he was like, I guess they're not paying us. And I think that's what's happening now is we're so intoxicated with the idea of receiving this money, we're not asking how it's actually going to get there.
I asked Marianne Williamson how. She does not have a house. She just like wherever we get money from any other time.
Now, how did they find money? While Notre Dame was still burning down, how did America find money to pay for Notre Dame?
That's not $500 trillion.
500 billion. She said 200 to 500 billion.
No, she said trillion.
We need to give her the plan.
She said trillion.
We need to give her the plan. It's our fault for not having the plan.
All I'm saying is
we have the plan. It's been written down. All you got to do is pick up Paranomics.
So next time you get her in here, you hand her the plan. This is the plan to make sure we get this money.
What's the plan? Well, Taz, what's the plan?
Plan is very simple. First of all, you allocate land. You give us
what land? Where?
That's not money though.
You want Area 51?
I wasn't. Oh, God damn it, Schulz. No, I don't want.
You tell me what land, because I'm just trying to be pragmatic. Area 51, y'all got it. So it's like, tell me what land.
Did we put the aliens in Area? That's what black people did. We put the aliens in Area 51.
You figure out where all the land are.
If you figured out how to work, motherfuckers, you can figure the rest of this shit out.
Thank you.
You figured out when it worked in your
sitting on a damn porch.
I wasn't here then.
Not you.
That's why.
But here's the thing: all white people. Let me make this clear: all white people are not racist, but every white person in America benefits from racism.
I don't think really white people. That's
sure, but that is not what we're talking about.
But it is what we're talking about.
Me and racism have a whole
because
different
if you
relationship.
benefit,
hold on. We're gonna get there in a second. I just want to get.
Well, we start doing that because I don't want to get into
real
racist
quick. So here's the thing. Right now we have a situation. We're all very passionate about this. I think everybody in this room wants the best for Black Americans. I think that's safe.
Sure,
how we
absolutely.
get and if reparations are the best possible thing, and I think there's a great argument for reparations outside of slavery. Right? Because if you want to make the argument that slavery has happened across every country in the world, you'll be 100% right.
You got Jim Crow segregation.
Wait for it. Wait for it. So outside of that, redlining, Jim Crow segregation, right? The restriction of economic empowerment to Black people, specifically in America, to me is a way better argument for reparations than even slavery, because every country throughout history has had slavery.
It is all of that though. Marianne Williamson brings all that.
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. So when people have asked me, because initially my reaction to reparations was, nah, that's preposterous. How are you going to do it? And then I looked into it and I was like, no, there is a great argument for it because of the specific and targeted restriction of economic development of a specific community in America, right? 100%. So how we go about that is different. You say it's very simple. I don't think it's that simple, but I'm curious to learn from you how we go. So Tazz, you tell us how we do it. Where does that money come from and how do we make it happen?
Where did the money come from to fight the wars? Where did the money come from to...
Wars make you money.
Bro, exactly. But guess what?
Well,
we're always talking about stimulating
Lincoln
the economy.
printed up the money.
Lincoln printed up the money. Hell, the Secret Service was created because there was too many counterfeiters happening out here, not to protect the president. That came after Lincoln was assassinated. So when you look at the entirety of what's happened with Black people, it still starts from slavery, and then everything happened. There were no police until it started to get to a point where there were a whole lot of free black people running around here, and then all of a sudden, hey, babe, we gotta control this. And so the slave catchers started to become police, and things of that nature started to happen.
You see how you're not answering the question?
I am answering your question. Though.
You're not. You're avoiding the question.
How do you split the money up? Like, who gets the money? Are
you a direct descendant of slaves? You can easily prove that. All you got to do is go to the 18.
What about Caribbeans that were born here?
The Caribbeans that's a whole different argument because it depends on what island it is.
So that means Marcus Garvey wouldn't have got reparations.
Yeah, no,
not at all.
Everybody ain't
crazy.
Barack ain't. Everybody ain't in.
That means Malcolm X wouldn't have got reparations either.
Everybody.
Maybe that's why Kamala doesn't want reparations.
Of course, Kamala doesn't want reparations.
She does want reparations. She is for reparations.
She definitely shouldn't get no reparations.
I want to talk about.
She should not get reparations.
Nobody can reparations.
She shouldn't get.
She actually says she's for some form of reparations.
Some form, just like Zuckerberg said, there'll be some form of Facebook.
Here's the thing: that's a more logical answer. A more logical answer is some form of reparations.
That's
you niggas ain't getting we ain't getting $500 trillion. You're never going to convince America to give out $500 trillion.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is
40 acres.
All I want more than just the land.
You gotta give me.
It might not be in America though.
I'll take it wherever you got it.
Wherever you got it, I can sell someplace else. Give me 140 acres in Belize.
Y'all say that they're gonna fucking dish out Antarctica to y'all niggas. I'll take a bunch of coal.
Watch out, turn that shit up. I bet you everybody gonna want to be up there in 5 years.
Yo,
everybody gonna want to be up there.
You see how difficult it is for us to even say where the money's coming from?
The money is coming from the government. The government prints money every single day for bullshit.
And that money loses value when you print.
Bro, I guarantee you, if you look at what's in the budget with the goddamn gold fucking toilet seats and all this other goddamn bullshit,
let me get you.
Go ahead, Glasses.
When Abraham Lincoln, right? This is why Abraham Lincoln is my favorite president and the best president of all time.
This guy,
he's the guy. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why Abraham Lincoln is my guy. He is, right? One, when the country tried to split, he fought them and made them stay down. That's my kind of guy. Two, right? He freed the slaves. True, it wasn't because he necessarily cared about black people, none of that. But I'm going to cripple your economy, so I'm going to free these people. Right. I hate the idea of you splitting so much that I'm going to take your property, and now they're going to fight for me in a war, and if you cross over here, you free. I'm going to do whatever it takes to cripple your side in the war.
He was against slavery before he was president.
Right? That's my kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
It's not, again, if I would have had slaves back then, If you can have slaves, I would have had some. I mean, I wouldn't have to hang nobody because I'm big enough to fight people.
Ooh, Glasses.
It's the truth. I'm saying it was
Yeah,
the
we
thing.
lying to ourselves when we talk about that too, though.
Y'all did. In Africa, you did.
I wouldn't want to
Like,
slave. I wouldn't
you all
want
had
Egyptians.
slaves in Africa.
Not
You
not,
can't
not
compare
Western
that, bro.
Africa. Not Western
Yes,
Africa.
you can.
Not Western Africa.
100%. You think
Well,
you think slaves in Africa?
I know, listen.
No.
Northern Africans had slaves, not Western Africans.
I do think about that though. Like if I could have slaves, would I have had slaves?
Western Africans absolutely had slaves because that's where the Europeans got the slaves when for America.
The post
triangle
is
trade slave,
the
slave
post
trade.
wasn't owned by those countries. It's a trick.
100% they do.
West
Warring
Africa
tribes
definitely had slaves.
Warring
No, they
tribes
had
would
slaves
kidnap
there.
the tribe that
They
lost,
wasn't
and then they would sell them.
No, they weren't
60%,
slaves.
like
they
50
were prisoners of war.
Prisoners of war, those are not slaves.
Well, like 50 to 60% of all slaves came through Gadsden's Wharf in Charleston, South Carolina, directly from West Africa.
No. Again, they're prisoners of war. They weren't slaves. They wasn't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
Absolutely.
They were prisoners of
Mansa
war.
Musa had slaves.
To be honest with you, I think
course.
they just gave up the niggas that was whack.
No, the niggas that they beat up on. So
Not
Right,
saying we
you
should
said,
do-
you said we all descended
Now,
from
let me
whack
tell
ass
you.
Negroes.
I really feel that way, and I think that the ones of
Damn.
us that have that blood
No
in
wonder
us.
they ain't come back for us. Now
I'm
it explains
serious.
it.
I think the
That's
ones of
what-
us
that's why
that
they call
have-
us a cocktail
the ones that
and
us
shit,
that
'cause
have
we
that
was
blood
whack.
in us.
Yeah, they was like, let them niggas go.
But we the
But they
kings.
wasn't slaves, though.
But I think there was some of us that was like, get these niggas the fuck out of here. These niggas that's fucking up. Sell them to the
Yeah.
Europeans. They gonna go over there and
Listen.
fuck their shit up. Then we go take America.
Listen, Schulz, they wasn't slaves, so they weren't slaves there, right? They
Yes,
weren't
they
slaves.
were. You're
No,
wrong.
they're prisoners of war.
No, but they were also slaves.
That's an
Every
Egypt.
society throughout history has had
Had
slaves.
slaves, but we did. it's a
Except
whole
Western
other thing.
Africa. They're the one that don't.
No,
Everybody else did it
Southern
except
Africa
Western
too.
Africa.
But listen,
American slavery was different though because it was
American slavery
I'm not saying
violent.
that. I'm with you on
brand
this, Schulz.
new
It was-
monster.
it was- yeah,
Schulz,
it was
I'm with
different.
you on that everybody had
That's like
slaves. So I'm
comparing
not gonna do
Commodore
that. Every
64 to a MacBook
continent
Pro.
had
Yeah, it was
slaves.
different.
It's
But
completely
moving on,
different.
thirdly, why Abraham Lincoln is my favorite president.
It's not completely different. There were different aspects to it, and we can get into the
Listen,
exact specific
was there
different
no whips in
aspects.
Let me get this
Africa?
off. Let
Say
me get
what?
this out.
There was no whips in
They had
Africa.
branches.
Listen,
Yo, come on, bro.
A switch. That's the switch,
Listen,
bro. You don't think they had the
Thirdly,
switch?
thirdly, and which brings us to the point of this conversation.
Yeah.
What I liked about Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
When the Federal Reserve didn't want to fund the war or wanted this ridiculous interest rate to fund the war, right? They wanted money for the war to fight the South. They wouldn't loan them the money without these crazy extensions on the Federal Reserve being able to print money, thousand things, blah, blah, blah. He printed the greenbacks and then made the actual money valuable by saying you could pay your taxes with it. That's how he paid and fought for the war. So just like you printed up all those hundreds of millions of dollars to fight that war, you could run that change.
You do know Abe Lincoln freed the slaves, but then he also gave the slave masters reparations, right?
Yeah,
Sure
because he
did.
took their property. It makes sense to me.
So
Jesus Christ.
Now-
so therefore, that's how you keep the white people on top always.
Period.
I mean, at the
Because
end
even
of
when
the
you
day,
take away their
if you
slaves,
take
which is their
somebody-
business, you say, here's some money because I know they're about to
Because
fuck
they
your business
paid
up.
for them.
But they didn't get the slave shit.
No, because
How you
they
get
was
a sla- how you
because they
get-
was the property.
You get a slave master's reparations, but not the
Because
slave?
he paid for you. It
you
makes
mean?
sense to me.
Not after they freed them?
No, I bought you, right? Let's say I bought you for $1,000. I bought you because this was what was going on when you came over here. I
this
paid
is what it's
$1,000.
akin to.
So they got
Let
a
me make the
refund, what you're
argument.
saying.
Let me make, and again, understand the context of this. I'm not making this fucking argument. I hate that I even have to preface this,
You
but
better not say slaves must die.
no, not at all. That's fucked up. But like, do you know what a gun buyback is?
Sure.
Yeah.
So that would be a similar thing.
Sure.
In other words, hey, we don't want you to have guns anymore, but we understand you purchased a
Yeah,
gun.
you spent your hard-earned money.
So we will buy these guns back from you
Just to get them off the streets.
Just to get them off streets, because we understand it's better for society that if there aren't any more guns in this situation.
It wasn't. I mean, I get what you're
That's-
saying, but it
that's
wasn't a
the-
buyback, though.
Oh, it's
I
definitely
mean,
a buyback.
It was.
I mean, I can see what you're saying. It can technically kind of be
Think
a buyback.
about it. If somebody crippled your whole economy at that point, this is how your broke ass got on top, and then they just took that from you. You owe me some money because I spent my money and I invested
once
in this.
again, America systemically did something to black people to put them in a bad position. So they need to do something systemically to get us out. The same way they systemically did stuff for those slave masters to keep them afloat.
I agree. That's why we back to the point of reparations of this 40 acres.
but we got when you talk about tangibles.
40 acres is tangible. I
Yes,
can hold that.
$500 trillion.
Listen,
But
they
where-
Spread across 13 million
we don't
people.
have-
How did they get the
Where-
$500 trillion in the first place, though?
And by the
bro?
way, how much is that per family? And is it each individual? Is it families? Like we got to think about
the
this. type of
same
stuff.
way they thought about how to make slavery work, figure out how to make this paper work.
Right.
So we admit that we don't know how to do it.
But how did they do it for the Japanese Americans that they put in
I wouldn't know how
internment?
to enslave people neither.
Can we admit we?
I wouldn't know how to enslave people neither.
Have you ever
I
had
don't know
someone
how to
work for
enslave
you?
people.
I don't know how to
Have you ever
enslave
thought about
them.
not
Everybody
paying
who works for me gets paid very well,
And
so
by the way,
I can't relate.
By the
They gonna
way,
get some,
by the
I
way,
feel bad.
I
if
just can't
America
talk
ever
about
dishes
business.
out $500 trillion to black people, which they won't, inflation like a motherfucker.
So
All
here's
day, every day.
every
That's why $15 an hour minimum wage doesn't work.
All I want is my reparations. I feel that's fair. 40 acres.
The best thing about
I don't even want interest on it.
The best thing about
Just
the
run it.
reparations.
I want 40
topic-
acres. I want that money, and I don't ever want to have to pay taxes again. Period.
The best thing about the topic being introduced in this year's
do natives pay taxes?
This year's election.
Yeah, they do.
If
A lot of people don't know
they
that
live
they
in
pay
Now,
taxes.
what-
in regular society.
What if they did that? What if they said, you know what, black people don't got to pay taxes for the next 250 years?
Cool. I still want my check because you know what? Martin Luther King had a dream, and he said, "When we come to DC, I'm coming to get my check. I want my check." Period. I feel like we've earned it because everything,
I'll take a
everything.
deed or
The
a check.
foundation is.
When did Martin Luther King say, "I'm coming to get my check"?
Nah,
did say
listen,
that.
you want to put up
He said
10,000? Wait, stop. You
said-
want to put up
He did say that.
$10,000 right now that he said it?
Promissory note or check?
No, actual check.
He
that
actually-
I
no,
go. You know, he said we're coming to get our check.
Not the.
he
I
did
had.
say
We
that.
just was talking about
No,
the
no.
fake mark.
Do you want to? Don't co-sign. Do you want to put up $10,000 that he said?
No, he doesn't. 'cause
Wait
he
for it.
doesn't.
In the I Have a Dream speech, you
Not
said.
in the I Have a Dream
Oh,
speech.
no,
No,
back
no,
up.
no.
Because he said, I have a dream.
I said no, not that I have a dream speech. He said we're coming
I
to
know
get our
that
check.
speech.
No, I know you know that speech because it's the only one you know.
Well, yeah, pretty good for a white
And
guy.
that's typical for a white guy because once y'all killed Martin,
talking about that.
once y'all killed Martin, y'all made him into a martyr and y'all took out all
once
the
they
venom.
killed- once y'all
Because
killed
one of the
pretty good.
last things he said was, "We're coming to get our check." That is a direct quote.
That's why he got
But
knocked
it wasn't in
off.
the I Have a Dream speech.
He did
It was
get
not
knocked
in the
off.
I Have a Dream speech.
He was actually organizing a march called the Poor People's Movement.
Poor
and
People's
the Poor
Movement.
People's Movement
When
was a
they
march for everybody. It wasn't just for
Oh,
black
so
people.
it wasn't just for
Hey,
black
no, let
people.
him finish.
It was for black people. It was for poor people, period. So people in this country that was poor, and they was all going to march on
So
Washington.
all the poor people get a check.
but he did
finish.
believe in reparations too. Though.
No, you got
Right.
to.
And he also went as far as to talk about how white people who were getting education to learn how to farm land, equipment to farm that land, subsidies to farm that land,
But
and
they didn't
checks.
promise that.
Hold on, wait. This is what he was saying that white people were currently getting at the time that he was alive.
No, I
and then
know,
he
I
went
know,
on,
I
and then he
remember
went
that
on and
speech.
said, "These are the same people that are telling us, meaning black people, to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps."
But how do you tell a bootless man to pick himself up by his bootstraps?
Exactly.
Love that.
So
Love that.
It's more than I have a dream.
But
And
I
so
feel
if Martin
like-
Luther King, if we agree that Martin Luther King was about people and making sure that people had justice, and this man said that he wanted reparations for black people, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Run me my check because that's what Martin said. he wanted.
Again. Let's go back. Everybody here, we've all said that we all
No,
agree.
this isn't about you, Schulz.
No.
Everybody agrees
says we
black
all
people
agree.
should get some type of
Like,
reparations.
hey, you know we all agree? We all agree that tomorrow we want it to be sunny and 80 degrees. How do we make it
How do
fucking
you make it
sunny and
happen?
80 degrees?
How do you
The
make it happen,
same way
number
you
one?
figure out slavery.
My biggest problem with all of this, though,
The
is
same
that
way you figure out slavery, handle your business. Get the smartest motherfuckers in the room, figure out how you run that check, and run it.
So
my
we-
biggest problem
yeah.
with this, we love sound bites.
Yeah.
Marianne Williamson gave us one sound bite, and everybody's running with it out of
when
a
you black, you
2-hour
don't
debate.
have nothing. So all you have is little glimpses of hope.
What she said about
wait a
Flint was
minute.
colder than that to me.
Wait,
Flint is a
Correct.
Michigan problem.
Hold on.
Jesus
Hold on.
Christ.
So
So
this
injustice
is a
anywhere,
Michigan
the threat to
problem?
justice everywhere.
Everywhere.
But it's a
Glasses-
Michigan problem to handle.
Flint, Michigan is full of black people.
But like
though.
Marianne said last night, go to Denmark, BC. That's about to. I mean, not Denmark, BC. Denmark, South Carolina. That's about to happen there. Like that can happen in so
That's
many
South
different.
Carolina's business.
But
to
that can
handle.
happen to so many different inner cities throughout
these
America.
places
South
in
Carolina
America?
needs to handle their business.
I understand what he's saying.
That's the whole
He's
point
saying
of the
it's a
United
states' rights
States of
issue
America.
it is a
versus
states'
Like
rights
your
issue.
state
Yeah.
is being cheap and fucking
But
over the
that
citizens.
could happen to any state in America at any
That's
given
why they
time.
have to handle.
And at a certain
their
point in time,
business.
a state has to have a responsibility to handle their problems because when you have a problem, if you just get bailed out by the federal government, it's the
It
same.
fucks up everybody
But that should be. But time out. That
But
should
wait,
be.
it's
But
the
that
same
should be the
reason why
federal
we
government's
said.
job.
Well, it's the same reason why we said we shouldn't bail out these car companies and bail out all this other shit. Like, why are we bailing them the
Private
fuck
entity.
out when you and I can't pay our loan on a home and we don't get bailed out? So fuck that car company. If I'm getting fucked, you get fucked. Let the whole thing burn down. That I think is more or less
100%
what
in agreement with that.
What we're saying. I think we're all agree. Every one of us
But doesn't
agrees.
that help? Doesn't that cripple the economy throughout America when shit like that
But
happens?
didn't fat
But
cats
some
sit up
people-
there stuffing their pockets and getting everybody into that mess cripple the economy in the first place? Why shouldn't these people be drawn out in public in whips and in irons and chains and be arrested? They did not deserve to get bailed out. That's not cool.
Ooh, the car companies?
The car companies and all that shit. The
See,
banks,
I don't-
when they
I
did
don't
those
agree with that.
predatory loans for those homeowners that got these ridiculous.
Well, you have to- we have to-
I'm
you don't have
gonna
to
say
pay
why.
for
I'm gonna
it.
say why I don't agree with that. The reason I don't agree with that is because there's a guy working at one of those factories,
Right.
Who's feeding his family and has been feeding his
Great.
family for years. It's been a generational job. His dad worked there. His granddad worked there. It's not his fault that the motherfuckers at the top are greedy as shit. You got to worry about those people.
No, I'm with you as well.
I'm with you on that.
How long we've been talking about this, we still have no way of paying it. And we keep talking as if we're going to find a way to
How
pay
did they
it.
figure out slavery?
How do they continue to
Slavery is
make
the
money
easiest
and
thing to
just...
figure out in the world. Hey, you owe me something. You don't have any money. Why don't you work for me for free? That is the initial.
That's not even how slavery started.
No, that is how slavery started.
No, not
for
in this
us.
country.
You could.
Not in this country.
You think
Not in
slavery
America.
started in this country?
No, I'm telling you how slavery
I'm talking
started.
about
in
biblical slavery.
No, I'm talking about slavery started in this country.
Moses, we get reparations from Pharaoh now?
Because we ain't gonna talk about biblical, because they didn't do shit by the biblical, right? They was the worst slave owners in the history of the Bible.
Ever.
This country, this is a piece of shit.
No. Again,
they don't know how to treat their property.
No.
They broke
I
cheap
understand.
ass.
I understand. What I'm trying to say, I thought you were talking about how did slavery
I'm
get
saying
figured out
just
initially.
like you figured out
How did
slavery in America.
Just
Yes.
like America
Figure
figured
out how to
slavery.
run the check. You could figure it all out. You figured it out before.
Yeah, but the four of us could
That
sit
I
here and
agree
figure
with.
out how to enslave somebody. That's not the most difficult
It's
thing
hard.
to do.
Oh, it's hard.
No, it's not.
Man,
Glasses,
we
you
can't even
kidnapped
agree.
somebody before.
We can't even never.
Now, when
I
they were
would've just
kidnapped,
did
do you
it.
ever go, can you get me a glass of water?
Dog, I wouldn't know how to
Did you
kidnap
pay 'em?
somebody. Like, do you feed them?
Let's be
Like, what do
clear.
you
Mass
do?
incarceration is enslavement. So
And I
it's
couldn't run
not
a
a big
prison.
deal. It's not the
a
hardest thing in the
fucking-
world.
it's
That
the
is a
easiest
hard thing.
thing
To
to think
run a
about.
successful prison is hard. It's hard. Yes.
Clink, close it, stay there.
See, that's not that easy. That's why slavery was so messed up, because you had to have mental. Like in Africa, right? Slavery didn't have to be so bad because you had the biggest guys to keep the slaves in check. You come to America, it's a little dude 5'7" trying to scream at somebody 6'4".
Yeah.
You got to play mental games. You got to do 1,000 things to keep that
You
person.
got to make them
mental
feel like
check.
you got to make them feel like they're less.
So
than
just
human.
like you use all of that mental.
Oh, but time out.
fortitude-
We're forgetting one other thing too. You take a people from their land. They don't know the territory here.
But
They don't know the
I'm
language.
not going to blame America for that.
Why not?
Because they didn't. They didn't have the biggest slave trade companies. That would be a lie.
But
That's what I'm talking about.
if I take somebody and put them in foreign territory,
Yeah, but you can't say-
even if I say I'm going to fight, where am I going?
Yeah, but we can't generally say
You know
white.
what I'm saying?
We
No,
can't
he has
say
a good
generally
point.
say white people, right? Because you talking about Dutch, you talking about French, you talking about all kind of other people. So I'm focused on American white folks. You know what I mean? American white, not even Irish people. English people, American English people. Because Irish people, they ain't have shit neither.
They still benefit from white
American white
supremacy
folks.
today.
I'm not saying they don't benefit from white. They became something better to help than us. But they were not special. And to this day, they're not special in this system. They just better than us. Everybody except white women is better than us. White women ain't got no action in this country. But that's a whole nother
Shitting
point.
me.
Zero
You
action.
out of your goddamn mind.
You was doing
What
so
the
well.
fuck are you talking about?
Get Cochran glasses on
You
back.
out of your-
This glasses, I don't
Glasses.
know.
It
You
was
out
a
of your
white
mind.
lady.
Yo, we were all on
Glasses.
board until you
They
said
said
that
that
shit.
bullshit.
You're out of your
Listen.
mind.
Let me tell you something. It is a white lady, a celebrity with no experience, with a fucked up tan and a fucked up toupee, became the president before a white lady.
Who are you talking about?
Wait, what?
You think Donald Trump is a woman?
No, became the
As a white
president
woman.
before that white lady.
I'm gonna tell you why Tazz and Glasses fit into the podcast.
Oh, I missed out.
I'm gonna tell you why they fit with
Hillary
the
Clinton.
Grenades.
Like Trump has
They
no
say the
experience,
most
and they was like, "We not gonna pick
wildest
Trump."
shit with such passion.
You don't understand. Listen, if you could pick a celebrity
explain this?
with no experience,
Yeah.
with a fucked up toupee and a fucked up tan, over a white lady with experience whose husband was just a
We
president.
gotta stop saying that, bro.
Who panders.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why we gotta
I'm
stop
not
saying
even,
that.
because I'm gonna tell you, the 4 million votes ain't enough.
Hillary won. Hillary had more of the popular vote, and there was Russian interference.
I don't give
Donald
a fuck.
Trump
It's
is an
no way
illegitimate
possible.
president.
Even how the fuck did
How
he
the
even get
electoral
illegitimate
close?
president.
Oh yeah,
That's how
Donald
much
Trump
they
is
don't
an
fuck with white
illegitimate
ladies.
president, yo.
That's how much white men don't fuck with women. They not fucking with that.
But white women sure
You
fuck with
understand
their
Black Wall Street
their
got
men
burnt?
because a
Look.
lot of white women voted for Trump.
Fuck, listen, Black Wall Street got burned down because of a white woman. Emmett Till is dead because
No,
of a
it's
white
not
woman.
about a white woman.
when-
That was
if
just
you,
an
you
excuse
got
to
on
burn
gray
down
sweatpants.
whistling at
You
a
got
white
on
woman
gray
and he's
sweatpants
dead.
right now. If you go
Schulz
around
is
any
just
white
scratching
woman in
his
this
shit. He's
building
like, I'm not
and your
getting
dick
this
get
black
hard,
ass shit.
she gonna call the police.
Listen, and you
So
know
you
why
going
they
to
do
jail.
it? And you know why it's not about her. They don't really care about protecting them people. They don't give two fucks. They are mad that it's some other shit happening that they can't control. They don't fuck with women. Trump tells you he has no respect for these hoes.
I mean, Trump don't got no respect for nobody.
Neither do none of the rest of them. Bush, none of them got respect for these
Yeah,
hoes.
but they got respect for him until you fuck with him. When your black ass
When your
fuck with
black
him,
ass fuck with him,
then
oh
you-
wait, now you gonna have that.
And the only reason they want to do that because they want to show you they the man. They just want to show you like, oh, I got them in check. Let me go get them in check. Really, they don't give two fucks.
Listen,
I'm telling you,
I think
Hillary Clinton
We just
couldn't
don't want
beat
to come
Donald Trump.
behind that.
But that's also.
That's not because what? Tell me. They don't. White men do not
she
fuck
fucked the
with
black
women.
guy.
So I can't do nothing with that. That's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway now. It's like giving Whale a tic-tac.
Why, yo? Why you gotta disrespect me like that?
You gotta think.
You just said it.
Yo.
You gotta think, right? You gotta think, right?
I'm playing the guy.
White women,
Okay, cool.
white women,
Not him at all.
are part of the same shit that's why black people can't. That's why I'm not fucking with you with the bullshit, Charlamagne. It's no way. Like when they do shit for like, what do they call that class of people?
Yeah.
Like that they get a Section 8 or what is it called?
Poor?
No, it's not poor. Because not poor. It's more to it than that. Because they have another thing.
Welfare.
No, it's what's the class of people?
Poor and disenfranchised?
No, because
White
white
trash.
women are in it. People that's not
Jesus.
white men.
White trash.
Oh, minorities.
Minorities. White women are part of minorities.
Listen, first of all minorities don't get Section 8.
I'm saying why they started the programs, more or less,
Okay.
for minorities, right? They started for white women are a part of it. That's why I'm not with. That's why I'm
some
telling you right now.
bullshit.
I'm not with because they really white men do not fuck with these hoes.
I will
like
say
that.
this. I agree with Glasses on this point. I believe that we are.
They don't.
I
They
believe,
don't call with that.
I'm a white guy, and I'll be honest.
Listen,
you
we
don't
do
fuck
not
with these
fuck with
hoes?
these hoes, bro.
Listen.
We do not. I do not be fucking with these hoes.
I do agree with you on
now
this point.
that you phrase it like that,
I
these
believe-
hoes are not to be fucked with by me.
Listen,
Yo, this son of a bitch is going on stage this weekend somewhere.
I do agree that
talking about he's not fucking with these hoes.
old white entitled privileged men don't give a fuck about nobody but other old white entitled privileged men. I do agree with that, and I do believe that when you look at the way this even country was founded, the Constitution and all that shit was for them. That shit wasn't for
What were these girls doing, sewing?
Nigga, they better do
What were they
something
gonna
else.
do? Literally.
Listen,
you gotta
go
look
around
at shit in the context
If you
of
go
time.
to Middle Eastern countries, dog, don't no rich men give a fuck. Women got it.
That's why everybody needs to be concerned, and that's why I keep telling you that the federal Republicans, as we know it, it's a fascist regime. And Donald Trump shows you that every day because fascists do not like women, especially women that are outspoken and got some shit to say.
This is your new narrative you running with.
You goddamn right, because you know
I'm
why?
just trying to tell y'all.
I'm telling
it's about
you.
to be Handmaid's Tale up in this bitch.
They love the
Bro,
they so cold because they use the
bro.
N word
It's
so
fine.
fast.
This is what. Listen, this is what's gonna happen because we're in political times. I get it. It's like the Republicans got to call the Democrats communists, and the Democrats
Are
have
you
to
a
call the
Democrat?
Republicans
No.
fascists.
Are you a Democrat?
Hell no.
I mean, I'm registered as a Democrat, but I'm not
I'm
either.
independent.
All I know is I'm paying attention to what the fuck is going on.
Period.
That motherfucker got a monopoly.
Is he gonna do something to us? If he not gonna do nothing else, I don't give a fuck. Because everybody else don't give a fuck if something happen to us. So I'm just trying to make sure something happens good for us one time.
Listen,
You can make an argument that Trump has done more for black people.
Whoa. Central Park 5.
Don't get me started.
You can make an argument, right?
But that's
With
not the point. I'm
with the
not
prison
finna get
reform,
that.
he's actively
Listen,
trying to
he
reform.
said
prisons.
He's doing that for a white
He's been the
woman.
most progressive
Right
president
now.
when it comes to prison reform.
He is.
He's
That's
a
true.
celebrity president.
And black
It's
people
not, I
benefit
don't think
from
he's
that.
even racist.
He
Back
ain't
to
got
the
another
point about
reality
racism.
star.
This is why I was trying to before we finish
All I know is
this shit.
if Trump wins in 2020 and then 6-7 years from now, you can't tell America apart from Hungary or Poland or
It's not
Russia.
gonna happen.
All right.
I'm not gonna have look.
Okay.
I
What's
love
this?
how,
Wait, what do you
how
mean?
the
What do you
rich
mean?
dude with 15 jobs
If he
is
wins
telling
again
y'all-
in 2020,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to tell the difference
This ain't
between
gonna
America,
affect Charlamagne, I'm telling
Russia,
y'all.
Hungary, or Poland. It will affect me.
Hold
on
on,
media.
Hold on.
Fascists don't like media.
I want to. Wait, what were you saying?
I said,
thinks he's
if
gonna
he
make
wins
it
in
to where you're not
2020,
gonna-
you're not going to be able to tell the difference between Russia, America, or Hungary, or Poland, or any other country.
Because they're what?
Because they're what?
Meaning, like
Russia?
what? Like the way the country is.
Yeah,
run?
because of the government. It's the fastest government.
A fascist government.
Yeah.
And what is fascism? For
It's
those
one,
of us who don't know.
it's one party. Dictatorship.
It's a dictatorship.
That's what it is. And if you look at him now, he controls the DOJ.
Right.
Controls the Supreme Court.
Right.
He controls the fucking Senate. Just got rid of the fucking national intelligence guy, added his own guy.
Barack didn't do this.
This guy has a monopoly
You know why
on
Barack
everything.
didn't do this?
Yo, so much so,
Oh, he could've got it.
Senate Intel says Russians interfere with the election. Rob Mueller says fucking Russians interfere with the election. Everybody knows Russians interfere with the election.
Yep.
Let's pass the election security bill. Mitch McConnell like, nope.
Right.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Listen,
Moscow Mitch.
that's just, I mean, listen, whatever you got to do to stay in power. This guy,
Yeah, but he's not gonna make it another. Even if he,
Who's not gonna make it another what?
I'm saying if he's reelected, right, from 20 to
Bruh.
24, he's not gonna make it. He thinks
I'm
it's
gonna be an
like
optimist and say I hope he doesn't.
No, I'm saying if he wins because I think he's gonna win.
I
This is no
think
good
I think
Democrat.
he's going
There's
to
no-
win
there's
by
no
a
good Democrat.
landslide.
Oh, one at a time. Go on.
I think he's going to win by a landslide.
Yeah,
because
he is
he's
going to
not
win.
running against
He is
nobody.
going to win. Well, because he's going to win because of the conversation we've had today, right? We know what we want. We don't know how to get it, and nobody knows how to get it. But we're so driven by hope, we'll just go to whoever gives us hope. So this Marianne Louise or whatever her name is said, "Hey, here's some hope," and then we go, "We love her." And then next week, Andrew Yang is going to come on. He's going to go, "I'm
Yes.
going to give you guys $1,000," and
yes.
people go, "Ooh, I want $1,000."
And nobody's paying attention to the
That
fact
should be how black people look at politics. You should not actually act like like you're a part of what's going on.
Do you understand that?
You should actually only look about what's going on for you.
Do you understand that fascist regimes act like they are for the people? They really act like they're for the people.
Yeah.
But all they're really about is the elite.
Of course.
Trump don't give a fuck about nobody in this room.
At all.
Trump don't
All
give
of
a
us
fuck
will
about
suffer.
nobody except
I promise
celebrities.
you. He don't even give a fuck about them.
Yes, he do.
All right, in a minute, that's gonna be the funniest shit in the world.
Nah, he
I'm just
not.
happy
When he
Billy
starts
Bush finally got
canceling
a job.
I want that show canceled.
Well, he did. Didn't he get that girl out of here?
Fucking Michelle Wolf.
No, not Michelle.
Who?
The other Michelle.
So,
Kathy Griffin.
Oh yeah, but
Every
in her
human
defense,
being does that.
she deserved it.
But every human being does that.
You knew that.
If you have enough power and somebody go like
That's not
normal.
power. That's the point. That's misuse of power. That's the whole point.
How is it a misuse
If you're a
of
very
power?
powerful person, you shouldn't do things like that. Remember we had this conversation about forgiveness? True forgiveness comes from when you can actually do something to somebody. When you can actually do something to somebody and you can crush them, but you forgive them because you are the person with the actual power.
Charlamagne, just out of curiosity, let's assume that Trump is a fascist leader and he has a monopoly on power.
Mm-hmm.
What of his agenda has he been able to push through effectively? Because he's so ubiquitous with power that he can do whatever he wants. Like, has he been able to, like, I don't know, like, stop Muslims from coming here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Muslim ban.
No, they still come.
Well, he called. He
tried, but they couldn't do it.
By the way, that right there is fascist.
But wait for
ignoring the law and using your own executive order.
No one's denying whether he wants that. I would actually agree with you. I think Trump wants to run America like he runs one of his businesses, and business is fascist, right? It's just I run it. So I don't think that that's a bad point. What I would say is that America has an infrastructure and systems created to eliminate the ability of somebody's to limit the ability of power to do even if they want it.
And shows you're right, but he's saying fuck all of that. This guy wouldn't even show up for fucking subpoenaed shit. Like, no, he's not showing up.
That's my
He don't
kinda
give a
guy.
fuck. There's no law and order. There's no checks and balances. I really feel it.
No, but there
with
are
that?
checks and balances, right?
He ain't following them.
Regardless of whether he follows them or not, like there's checks and balances what he personally can do and like his power and his ability to do
It's
certain
limited.
shit. Like even with the wall, right? He's like, we're gonna do the wall. It's like still no.
He hasn't replaced that fence with that wall still.
Right? It's like
Give him a minute.
now it's a fence. Now
4 years.
Give him a minute, bro.
Yo, but son, think about how
Give him a
long.
minute.
Replace a fence with
Think
a
about how
wall.
long though, right?
Give him a minute.
Think about how long though. So it's like
listen, he'll
that's
have
the
time because he's
American
gonna be in
system.
forever.
If it take him 7 years, and the worst thing he did was replace a
Because when
fence
he
with a
wins
wall.
next year and he gets a couple more Supreme Court justices on that motherfucking
Let's
team,
say he does win.
and he does some constitutional
Let's
amendments, he
say-
says, you know what? I like it here. By the way, he's already told you that.
But check it.
He told you I'm not leaving.
But check it. The justices,
leaving.
the justices,
told you
can't,
that.
the justices can't amend, right? So what all justice can do is decide if a bill is or isn't constitutional. So those bills have to pass through the House, which is not his. It is the Senate is his, but the House is not.
Senate is his. Who else? Supreme Court.
But doesn't matter. In order to get to the Supreme Court, just because
You
of
have
the
to make it
division,
through the
right?
House.
In order, it has to go through the House, and then what happens is this: if the Senate is okay with the bill, it then goes to the House, and they can veto
What if he
it.
wins the House in 2020? What if he wins re-election then wins the House in 2020?
What often happens
and,
is
and then you have the Senate. Who knows? We
That
don't
means
know.
that
what
what
often
every
happens is like
president should
a sitting party, right? What you'll have is if the president is in power, you see what happened in the midterms, where there's usually a flip in the opposite. There's a flip in either the House or the Senate, and that's what balances the power out.
I got a different card now.
Which
got that
is?
cheat code, baby.
Which is
Moscow, Russia. I got that cheat code.
right. Now
I'm just saying.
But that's another thing, right? There's another thing going on, right? If it is totally possible for Russia to influence an election, much like we influence every election in the world, right?
I'm glad you said that.
And actually, that's the best thing that should happen, because when you're not influencing elections via social media, you're doing it through physical force. But going from did they influence the election and did they do it in cahoots with Trump? That's a different step.
I don't think Trump is the passive beneficiary of Russian interference. I think Trump is the actual
I don't
plan.
understand.
I think that Russia is the ICBM.
That's fair, but
and I think Russia is the ICBM and Trump is the warhead.
And look, that might be the case.
Because if I'm Putin,
but
I want
now
to
they
control the
can't-
world.
Right.
Fuck going to war. This is what I'll do.
No, 100%.
Let me plant this in the White House.
100%. I'm just saying that right
Well, how
now
does-
they
how does that
don't have
benefit-
any proof that could say that it's jumping from we wanted this guy in to he's working for us. There's just no proof.
That's true,
There's no
but-
connective tissue. Not saying that it's necessarily wrong or right. I'm just saying that connective tissue isn't there.
So why would they block the election security bill knowing that there's all this Russian interference? If
So-
you're so American
yeah.
and patriotic, why would you block
So
that?
and it makes
because you feel like you're the only one that's American and patriotic.
No. For this bill, right, which makes complete sense, right? You're like looking at, well, why wouldn't we have a bill that's put out there that just protects from this type of influence?
Simple.
And it seems like the most simple thing in the world. But what happens is, and I'm not saying it's right at all, but when any bill comes in, there's partisan nonsense that's stuffed in a bill.
This one was bipartisan. This one was totally bipartisan.
You would think.
It wasn't. And he shot it down. He shot it down twice.
Right.
It was totally bipartisan.
Yeah.
He didn't like it. They did another one. He shot another one down.
Right.
And it's given no reasoning.
And look, it's super suspicious. It does.
But
I'm
we
not
know
gonna
the
deny it.
reason, Schultz.
Which is
what's the reason?
They benefit from Russian interference. They got to be in cahoots with each other.
Yo, can I just put something else on the table when it comes to this Russia thing, though? Like, Trump was always talking about doing deals and this, that, and the third, and you know what I mean, when they ran with some dirt on Hillary and all that. I think it's more of a situation where he wants to hem up more properties there because everybody here knows he's full of shit. So it just makes sense that he's trying to get a foothold
in Russia,
and other places else. Maybe. You know what I mean? And then he's probably getting it for what? Pennies on a dollar versus what he would pay here?
All I know is when I learn how to properly pronounce fascist, y'all in trouble because this shit is really crazy when you look at it in its whole totality. You like, wait a minute.
I just don't understand.
And what bothers me is no sense of urgency from nobody. Like because nobody's sitting around like
because
y'all ain't tripping off what the fuck's going on.
What's going to happen?
What do you mean?
What's when it's all said and done?
Let's be clear. I don't feel like it's ever been a true democracy for black people. Right?
Nothing's going to happen.
For us, I'm talking about. For us.
But now,
you figuring out why white people ain't tripping.
Yes, but some of them are though. Of
course they.
Some of them, you see guys like Joe Scarborough and those guys. They're like,
the national Democrats.
Because this ain't what the Republican Party is about. This is some crazy sickos.
The national intelligence who just got forced to step down. Let's be clear, he got forced. He didn't just step down. He got forced to step down because he specifically said Russia's interfering with our elections, and they're doing it right now.
Yeah.
You can't do that on Trump's watch. You can't go against me, buddy. You're stepping down, and I'm adding this dude from Texas who's my guy who's going to know to shut the fuck up and not tell people about our cheat codes.
I like that guy.
Yeah. My God, Glasses.
No. So
I would do the same thing.
No, you wouldn't.
I mean, let's back up
real quick, just out of curiosity.
I don't know what's best for y'all anyway.
Didn't I just say I haven't signed my deal yet?
A lot of times, shit people do, I be like, dog, you should not make. Most of y'all should not make decisions for yourself.
I feel like that.
Y'all cannot make a quality decision
I'm
for
not
yourself.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that I completely agree with you in that way, and I think that's why there's certain people that are put in positions of power so that
I think that's why God bless people with the gift of intellect to make decisions for people who can't make them for themselves.
Right.
So then it's at the mercy of whoever makes the decision. I honestly know.
Just don't abuse your power, G. All I'm saying is Hitler started off as an elected official.
Here we go with this Hitler.
That's all I'm telling you.
I mean, Hitler wrote it down and everybody ignored him too.
We also got to stop calling everybody a Nazi, man.
Exactly.
It's getting really.
That's just corny too. I'll go that far.
By the way, I'm glad you said that. Things start somewhere.
Yeah. So what?
They start somewhere.
What do we go? You know, Hitler was a baby, so. Watch out for babies.
All I'm saying is
because they grow up to be Hitler.
America is the most arrogant country in the world, and we think that we cannot fall.
German. Yeah,
America thinks that it's going to be hunky-dory forever.
Right.
We think that we can't fall. We think that the things that we see in other places can never happen here.
Yes, they can. But what I'm saying is a lot of steps happen in between, right?
And I think we're in the beginning.
No, we're not, because
our
economy's booming. This is the thing. If the economy was dog shit, right? Then I'd be a little bit nervous.
Because
but if the economy is booming, you have nothing to worry about.
You're a financial guy.
Yes.
Every single financial person I talk to, rich, poor, from the Gary V's to whoever, it says it's only a matter of time for this shit come.
Oh, it's just the bottom's going to fall out.
I'm waiting on the bottom to fall out.
And this has nothing to do with Trump.
No.
This is the way shit is.
This is how
it's a matter of time.
It's just like the .com bubble, the real estate bubble, all that.
What happens if the bottom doesn't fall out?
It's a statistical, mathematical impossibility. It's inevitable. Like if you drink that water, you're going to take a piss. It's going to happen. Might not happen right away, but it's going to happen.
Is it going to happen while Trump is in office?
Probably because he's not going anywhere.
He'll do everything
because the Democrats are
y'all
eating each other up.
Forever. Y'all wait till Donald Trump win again in 2020. Goddammit.
I never thought he wasn't. I thought
y'all gonna see something.
So we can sit here and complain about it as long as we want. Why don't we figure out what we would do? Let's say you want Trump out of office. What do you do to get him to lose this next election?
All right, I'm gonna tell you the question I've been asking every single presidential candidate. I'm gonna tell you the question I asked about Angela. I asked Angela Rye this morning on the radio.
Yeah.
Every everybody's talking about vote in 2020.
Right.
How can you be so sure that our votes even count if the fight is fucking fixed? That's why this Russia shit. Forget whether or not he's in cahoots with Russia. We don't even got to go there. Just the fact that Russia interfered and other countries can possibly interfere. How can we ensure that American people have a fair election in 2020?
I'll tell you. Because they can't stop a ballot from being processed.
That's what the election security bill cut that. There are no paper ballots. That's the point. It's all digital.
Digital makes it even worse.
Exactly.
That's the point, Andrew. It's all digital. The election security bill was to keep the paper ballots and all that shit going.
Now, here's the thing. I agree with you 100%, and that is a huge concern. But paper ballots have also been problematic.
Well, how did Russia?
Right?
What actually happened? What was the collusion?
In Florida?
What did they do?
Another illegitimate president won.
Right?
We're not gonna sit there and act like they didn't announce Al Gore as the next president. Like literally announced it.
100%.
It was like no. Wait a minute.
No, run that back. I mean,
and all them Bushes got to work real quick. Like,
come on, man.
Somebody told me.
Come on, his brother was. Come on.
Wait a minute.
So there's been other presidents that have been illegitimate that worked out, right? I think some people even made the argument about Lincoln where they kind of doctored some votes. Kennedy in Chicago, I think they had the mafia had some trucks knock out the things going with the paper ballots. So look, there are benefits.
Did Kennedy work out?
Yeah, I mean Kennedy was like
he got blasted.
He got
because he kind of killed that whole Federal Reserve
Lincoln got blasted too.
Yeah.
But see, that's the kind of president you really need to have a chance as a renegade. The one thing that I do like about Trump is he is a renegade. Now, I don't know how it's going to work out, if it's going to work out against us or for us. Most likely it's not going to be for us, but I'm interested to see.
He's a renegade for the rich. This is the same kind of...
I do not believe he's a renegade for the rich.
This is Kanye
I don't
saying...
believe that.
This is Kanye saying, I'm going to make paparazzi stop running up on celebrities' houses and shit like that. What does the average person give a fuck about that?
I don't think Donald Trump is a renegade for the rich.
What do you do for 2020?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. Until we can do something about this Russian interference. If Russia can do it, you think China's not going to try to do it?
What's that?
Interfere with our elections.
They should.
A real way.
They should.
But that's my point.
Interfere how? Are they going to
they're digitally manipulating votes.
No. They won't digitally manipulate votes. What they'll do is they'll do targeted advertising.
No, that's one part of it.
They're not going to manipulate votes.
That's not what Robert Mueller said. That's not what Senate Intel said. It said they have the ability to change votes.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
Hey, man. All I'm telling y'all is to read a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not making this shit up. This is an Alex Jones conspiracy theory. This is shit that Senate Intel said.
I don't believe because both are susceptible.
What do you mean?
I don't believe because both parties are susceptible to that. So, for example,
the Senate Intel is Republican.
No question. What I'm saying is both parties are. One second, Glasses. One at a time. Both parties are susceptible to it, meaning if you can hack, right, the Democratic Party can hack and the Republican Party can hack.
And by the way, you're right, and this is when the problem's going to come in. And this one I think is going to become an issue. If China or somebody that doesn't like Trump interferes next year.
Right.
And then the Intelligence Committee says,
Saudi Arabia.
Well, China interfered in our elections and they're doing shit for the Democrats and this win isn't legitimate. What do they do then? They take that shit to the Supreme Court. What does the Supreme Court say? Yep, y'all lost. Trump won. You know why? Because he controls the goddamn
but you got to actually realize there has to be a better candidate.
He doesn't control the Supreme Court.
There really does have to be an
Constitution. The Constitution controls the Supreme Court.
He's not going to need any collusion.
100%. These are constitutionalists.
If you're Kavanaugh, you're not beholden to Donald Trump.
No, you're beholden to the Constitution.
Shit.
I'm being honest with you. You have to understand these people that look constitutional lawyers. We should actually.
Trump should be beholden to the Constitution, right? Is he?
Everybody should, but I'm not saying he is. What I'm saying is we should have a constitutional lawyer come here and sit down. These are the most robotic, pragmatic people on the place of the universe.
Not anymore.
Their perception of the Constitution is dictated by their politics, but that perception is unwavering depending on who the president is, right? So if the bill comes up and it's unconstitutional within their perception of the Constitution, it doesn't matter if Trump wants it or not. They're like, yo, this is a life position, fam. You can't get me out of here. Remember, justice is for life.
Yeah,
so if Trump is not on their good side, he got someone not on their good side for life.
I believe he got
to kiss their ass, not the other way around.
He's a personally appointed too, right?
Kavanaugh, and then
who's the other person, Chris?
Roberts. Not Roberts.
No, I thought it was a Puerto Rican.
I don't remember who it was.
No, the Sotomayor.
Sotomayor. That was Obama.
That's Obama.
He's personally appointed too. They're beholden to him. I really truly feel that way.
No, they're
Especially
beholden to the
Kavanaugh.
Constitution.
I don't believe that. I agree with what you're saying.
They're supposed to be in the letter of the law.
I don't believe that.
But first of all, you know why
Their
people...
perception, though, their perception, because they do vote based on their party.
Exactly.
And they looked at all these votes throughout history where if you're a Republican, you see the Constitution in the most conservative way. And if you're a Democrat, you see the Constitution in the most Democrat way. Right. But that is their perception on it, not Trump's. That's all I'm trying to say.
So with that said, let's be clear. They'll never challenge a Republican win, right? For president. But if they challenge a Democratic one, right? If let's say
which Democrat can win though?
I think Biden, Harris.
Nah.
Yeah, easily.
Nah.
Yes, they could.
They will
No,
not challenge
they have
it.
no
It's not their
chance.
job.
You don't
to
think they
challenge
would?
it. No, because their job is to uphold the Constitution in the way they see it, and that is complete independent to whoever is president. And I know it sounds,
But it has to go to the courts,
dude.
though.
Here's the thing, right?
Don't they got to go to the courts, Chris? If something like that happens?
No, the president is the president.
If
an election.
If they challenge a win for president, don't eventually the DOJ.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm not sure of that.
But eventually
I'm not
go
sure of
through
that.
the different levels and
Yeah, and we'll get to the court.
I'm
yeah.
not sure. I'm not sure of that, and it might.
The DOJ will never challenge a Republican win.
That look
From here on out.
But when it gets to the Supreme Court, right? They are just going to look at this case in their perception of the Constitution, and that's independent to their. Because look at here's the thing: senators,
New Jack City, baby.
check it. Senators and House of Representatives, Senate and Representatives, they're beholden to Trump because they're like, I gotta get reelected. These motherfuckers in the Supreme Court, they don't gotta get reelected. They suck my dick. Everybody, they're there for life. So it's whatever they see. These senators are like, oh shit, I hope Trump doesn't tweet about me, or I hope he supports me on the trail. Right? That's why they got to kiss ass to Trump. Do you see the whole Senate is doing whatever Trump says? The whole Senate,
the DOJ. The DOJ is not only protecting Trump
because who appoints, who appoints him?
He's using the DOJ to prosecute people that go against him.
But who appoints him?
I don't fucking know.
Who appoints the DOJ? Right? Is it the president that appoints the clerks of the?
I don't know who appointed the DOJ.
Okay, maybe it's not. I'm not as nuanced in like that part of a government operation. But my point is, when it comes to certain positions that are not beholden to the president, they don't need to be loyal. So
what you're saying is how it should be.
Right. In theory.
Yeah, what you're saying,
but like the rules of Monopoly or the rules of spades.
Not right now. Those guys are riding for Trump, bro, in a way that they've never ridden. What the fuck am I trying to say? Ridden for any other president.
So that just means that's exactly what I'm saying. Why Biden doesn't stand a chance. He's not going to beat Donald Trump.
None of them stand a chance unless we figure out what the fuck is going on with.
I don't care what you do. Biden wasn't going to have a chance against Trump. You need a real.
No, all the polls show Biden. Biden can beat Trump.
He's up another 19%.
Yeah,
but it's early.
Who? Trump or Biden?
Biden.
Yeah, all the polls show Biden can beat Trump.
Dog. It's early, and when George W. Bush stole the election, won the election, whatever you say, at this particular point in history, at that point, damn, John McCain was leading in the polls. Like, it's too early to say that Biden is going to walk away with.
So
I'm not saying he is.
Here's the thing about these
I actually think Senator Harris is the best choice.
And regardless if she is or she isn't.
And you know why I feel that way?
Why is that?
Because Donald Trump is a criminal. And you know who you need to go up against a criminal?
You need a prosecutor.
that prosecutes single moms.
The best prosecutor in the fucking country.
There you go. And look, and it is. Look, it's a fun matchup for marketing.
Crime just spells disaster for black people.
Somebody that hard on crime.
So Joe Biden spells disaster for black people then?
Anybody that I'm not fucking with Joe Biden.
Joe Biden wrote the 94 crime bill and the 88 crime initiative that gave niggas more time for crack than coke.
Maybe you just missed the point. I'm not fucking with none of the Democrat candidates.
That's why I hope there's some fireworks. We putting this out on Thursday. This is Wednesday. I hope it's some fireworks tonight. I hope Biden goes at Kamala for her prosecutor record, and I hope Kamala comes right back and says nobody put more black and brown people in jail than you.
Yeah.
Right. And then if he don't come back with your close second, then we're going to have a problem.
And I hope Trump tweets out these niggas.
Right. Because they're eating themselves.
The greatest day of politics in the world.
And ain't nobody going to get mad because he used it right.
I never thought politics could be this exciting.
If I was Trump, I would tweet out free ASAP in the middle of the debate.
He does it, dog.
For no reason.
That's why I'm not with y'all.
Free
ASAP for no reason.
Yo, if Trump gets ASAP out, I don't know, man. Because you know some people who don't have the political acumen might be like, well, Donald Trump can't be that bad. Maybe Kanye right.
Trump can't
Don't
be that
act
bad.
like it couldn't happen. Everybody thought Trump couldn't get elected.
Trump can't be that bad in the first place.
Trump, yes, he is that bad.
Yes, he can.
That bad to do what? Tell me one thing so scary and bad he did.
When someone gets on a podium
here
at
come Chris.
a rally and
the
says,
the Asian Jewish man wants to speak.
He's been
what
posturing
has
for a
Trump did
while,
that was
bro.
so bad?
He's pissed off. Them goddamn
He
China
ain't even
tariffs.
built a piece of shit. With
Get your jokes off now because I have some inside intel on that. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
go. What's up?
I have a friend who very far leftist, progressives, ran out of money. He sold out. He took a job with a high-ranking Republican organization. And he just came back. He was in the White House last week. And the intel that he says everyone is telling him and talking about in those circles is Trump, from here to the election, is going to make the entire thing about a trade war with China, about the tariffs and all that stuff. However, he's already cut the deal with them. The deal is done. So 6 weeks before the election, he's going to announce
Genius.
that
Brilliant. That
he
dude.
took them to the brink.
That's Hove.
And he got his fucking concessions. But it's already a done
That's
deal.
fucking Hove. That's what
It's
you're
done
supposed
today.
to do.
yeah, that's called sandbagging.
That's
sandbagging.
Hove.
Does that.
Hove is the king of that shit.
Guys,
It's all going to be China tariffs, China trade war for the next foreseeable future.
why are we surprised that he's outsmarting everybody? It's what he's done
He's a
for the
marketing
last
guy.
6 years. No, it's what he's done for his entire career.
He's a
You're
marketing
100%
guy.
right. The guy,
He was broke as fuck and then convinced
comes
America that he was still rich and then created a reality show.
He's an Instagram model.
real talk, you know
And
what?
we watch
You know what we got to
rappers do
stop
it to
doing?
this day.
This is what we got to stop doing.
Man, we talk about this all the time.
If you want to beat Trump, you got to stop assuming he's
Exactly.
dumb. Everybody
That's
out there
the
goes,
problem.
this guy's
He's
no.
not dumb.
This guy's
That
an
is the
idiot.
problem.
This guy's a dummy. This guy's whatever. And the second you say that about him,
He got you.
He got you.
By the way, he's not dumb, and that's why I'm telling everybody to wake the fuck up,
Wake up.
and pay attention to what the hell he is doing, because he has a monopoly on this whole shit right now. And if y'all, it's a joke, right? He says things like, "Oh, I might just stay around the third term, fourth term, fifth term, sixth term. Maybe
That
be a
is
forever."
scary.
This motherfucker did a
That
whole
is
meme.
scary.
He did a whole meme.
That is
2020,
scary, Charlamagne,
2024, 28, 32,
She's so scared about
forever.
that. She is so scared about
Because
he got
it's
Saddam
possible.
Hussein.
Because the way he's lining shit up right now, it's possible.
He has no action.
All right.
Zero action.
Okay.
Zero action.
Okay.
Bruh.
Zero
And,
action.
and when he does it,
Zero
I'm
action.
gonna take my rich ass to Anguilla and I'm gonna tweet out, "I told y'all niggas. I told y'all." Remember Boosie daughter? "I told y'all niggas."
told
All right. Okay.
See, he has no chance.
All right.
No chance.
Keep saying that.
Y'all
He
said
can't
that.
even put
Y'all
up a
said,
damn
y'all
50
said that
camera
about his
place.
presidency.
Hey,
That's why I'm
I
not
never
saying
said
it.
Y'all said that about his
I never
presidency.
said that.
I said that about
I
the
never said that
presidency.
because I've always said it's no way. I do not believe these people gonna pick a woman over a white man, even if he has no experience.
And another thing you need to take into consideration.
She was a horrible candidate.
Well, listen,
Horrible.
She was. Just off the Mueller report, right?
Yeah.
Trump got, let's just say, 10 obstruction of justice charges. Just minimum.
Sure.
Several lying to the FBI charges.
He a real New Yorker.
Hush money with hookers, everything. Only reason he's not in jail right now, per Robert Mueller, because he's a sitting president.
And you can't try
Arrest the sitting president.
arrest sitting president.
He's a real New Yorker, man. He's just
would
rule
you
and
leave?
just gonna do what he want to do.
If you knew you was going to spend
That's a
the rest of
real
your
strong
life
case,
at
bro.
80, you're 80 years old, whatever the fuck you are. If you was going to jail for the rest of your life, would you leave?
Oh, I ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna hold this shit out. I only got
He
about 10
can't
more.
hold
I got
it.
about 10 more good years left anyway. I'm gonna ride this
He's
shit
not
out.
gonna be-
Okay?
Drew,
I'm gonna
what is
ride this
wrong
shit
with
the
him?
fuck
He
out.
cannot hold it. He's not going. If he won, that's it. He's not going to have no action.
What do you
I
mean?
don't care whoever he puts in place. He's not going to have action. He's not going to be able to turn the situation into what he wants.
All right.
But he might free ASAP. So that's worth it.
Jesus Christ.
If he free ASAP, his whole term, this whole 4 years, probably going to work out.
Hey, man.
Guys, this has been another episode of Brilliant Idiots.
Wow.
Word, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Glasses Malone, give me your Twitters and Instagrams and all that
Man,
stuff.
I'm Googleable, guys.
Jesus Christ.
Tazz.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not Googleable. So on Instagram is The Business Bully. If you go to thebusinessbully.com, we're doing a business coaching session right now that's going to last an entire year, plus a trip to Cancun and tickets to next year's BullyCon, which is an incredible event. If you really worried about politics, you need to be worried about getting your money up because you might lose your job, but it's much easier to keep your business. So go to thebusinessbully.com and register so we can give you that work for 68 cents a day. Boom.
That's right. If you like this, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. If you listen to this podcast and you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. So there's no need to be offended by idiots, okay?
And this podcast has been brought to you by HBO's newest comedy, a Black Lady sketch show.
That's right.
Wow.
Robin Thieves.
I love Robin.
Quinta Brunson, Ashley Nicole Black, and Gabrielle Dennis. And guest starring Issa Rae, Angela Bassett, Laverne Cox,
I
and
think
more.
Issa Rae is the EP of this show, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, she might be.
Yeah, she's the executive producer of this
A
show.
Black Lady sketch show is a first-of-its-kind comedy that explores culturally relevant themes including social norms, anxiety, religion, sex, dating, and relationships in a limitless magic reality. A Black Lady sketch show airs this Friday, 11 p.m. only on HBO.
I think we skipped a couple.
We got to do those right now.
This is the Martin shit I'm doing right here.
I gotta go to the hotel.
All right, ready? Hold on, we got to cut that volume right there.
Which
All
one
right.
did you do?
I got it. Hey, let's take a break for a second. We got to pay some bills. Guys, please take us seriously when we say this. If you need Yeezys, Jordans, Off-Whites, and you're getting them online, there's only one place that you need to go to. All right? It's GOAT.com. GOAT.com. It's the safest way to buy and sell authentic sneakers online. They're the largest marketplace in the world for authentic Yeezys, Jordans, and over 600,000 sneaker listings. Okay? Obviously, they got these Birkenstocks. I know everybody jealous of these. You want to get them fresh Birks, you know what I mean? With a puka shell anklet.
Those
you
slides?
do that, you know what I mean? These are white boy slides for sure. Anyway, GOAT does this by only accepting sellers with the best reputation by verifying all sneakers to ensure their authenticity for buyers. Every detail is inspected from the stitching and color to the size and weight. GOAT certifies that every pair of sneakers on their site matches exact factory specifications. With over 500,000 sneakers on their platform and 10 million users, you won't find better prices for verified 100% authentic sneakers anywhere else. Find the perfect 100% authentic sneaker at goat.com/idiots. That's goat.com/idiots. Plus, you'll also be supporting our show. Don't you want to do that? But you got to go right now before your sneakers that you want are gone. When you go to goat.com/idiots, GOAT.com/idiots.